So who's going to pay all these lawyer fees now?
I wouldn't be surprised if Cavalier decides that they will take legal action
Against the
against the JFF or the PFJL, whichever of the two,
well, yeah.
for what they claim is over $2 million in losses.
I don't know if they can take the JFF.
PFJL,
Yeah, PFJL.
but the PFJL is the body that invited Cavalier to the press conference. JFF that has sanctioned Cavalier. So if the JFF is saying, we will sanction you for not going to a PFJL event.
Because who sanctioned the club from Clarendon? Wasn't it the JFF?
Good question.
Good question, yes.
But if the JFF can say, we are sanctioning you $50,000 for not turning up at a press conference, then the JFF by that action is saying, even though it's a PFJL competition,
we are the ones who
we are attached to the PFJL, yes, and we are sanctioning you because you never turn up.
Yes.
Now, I would not be surprised if the JFF then gets a suit saying, what about with $2 million in stolen goods? Well, no, we can't hear nothing about it. So,
do you have a case if
the other question is, will Cavalier pay that 50,000? And if they don't pay it, then
no, they will have to, man.
They will?
No, they will have to.
Based on what?
Didn't the Clarendon team have to pay the money?
Well, maybe the Clarendon team.
Was there a rule in place that because in America, I mentioned it, in America, you have to do press conferences.
The rule, as I understand it, is that you must attend JFF events.
Oh, and the press conference would be a part of the JFF.
And there are doubts now whether the PFJL press conference was a JFF event. If it's not a JFF event, then the JFF can't sanction Cavalier.
Okay.
If it is a JFF event, then the JFF is, by extension, it is their responsibility to find the monies stolen and a phone and all that thing. Depending on how you look at it, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing ends up legal in our court somewhere. All right, so I want to think about that one. I want to see this one going. West Indies, big side, beat Nepal. Big team, the West Indies. Nowadays, when West Indies win a game,
yes,
me happy. Even if it's against Petersville Youth Club from Naga Westmoreland. Such is the nature of where we are falling to. That when we win, me happy. Big up Shea Hope, theme version this. In white ball cricket, clearly is a big bat. And especially when him catch them kind of opposition, you can feel it. But he came in last night with the team struggling at 7 or 10 for 2. And he batted well. I watch most of it. If only he had the ability to do what he's doing in white ball cricket, in red ball cricket. It is one of the anomalies in modern day cricket. And hopefully maybe he would have learned. He has adapted his style in ODI cricket, which means that your game can evolve. Because like a catch Shea Hope we didn't know about. He has adjusted and adapted that part of his game. So he's scoring a little bit more quickly. So if he's prepared to make adjustment to his white ball game, it means that he can make adjustment to his red ball game. And if he can transfer his ODI form into test form, it would be great. Me personally, I when I comment on Shea Hope, I am commenting on what is. Nowhere in my criticisms of Shea Hope, I'm commenting on what can or cannot be. I'm above that kind of thing. Shea Hope at the moment is a very ordinary test batsman. It doesn't mean that Shea Hope down the road can't improve on his test match form. Like I said, even in white ball cricket, where he's a proven performer, he's adjusting his game right now. Maybe he can make the adjustments in Test cricket, if given another chance.
All right, we go to the first.
Bull.
Big up, man. Then.
Yes.
Orville.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, we love special people about making them point in a one, this and that. They have to do the same thing for 3 minutes.
I'm saying the same thing for 3 minutes.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm saying the same thing for 8 minutes.
Zidane.
Yes.
Big up myself. Big up myself. Yeah?
Big up. Yeah.
All right. So watch this West Indies are going a little thing. What them say? Sammy unbeaten.
So far.
Yeah, man. Big coach.
Mm.
That we are working. So now, Orville.
Yes.
A question I want to ask this by Chateau.
Yes.
I just hear the question. I never fully understand what you were saying. And then we didn't have to leave, so I never hear the entirety of what go on. The question was like, if a batsman bat a test match or a series and had the most run in the series, if he's the best batsman in the series. Something must have started. Was that the question?
I think he was asking who performed best in the series.
Yeah, the man who has the most runs in the series or the man that finished with the better average.
And I'm telling him that I would have to see the series.
You have to see the series.
Yes.
Did you see what's his name batting?
No, man, but this is now over a career now. Let's use your sport for example.
Hold on. Let me try to understand what you're saying.
That
so
over one game.
No. You are the one that tell us that cricket is a numbers game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In a 5-match test series.
Which is 10 innings. Yeah.
10 innings.
Yes.
Made some runs.
All right. In the interest of time, let's say one batsman in those 10 innings.
One had most runs, one had a better average.
And I'm going I'm brilliant at explaining things, because you keep asking like you feel you can't catch me. Let's say that match one was played on a feather bed and one of the batsmen made 250 not out, or 250. And in on the other two more difficult pitches, him struggle. And one batsman was consistent all the way through. You have to take them things into consideration. So especially if the runs are close. Let's say one make 500 and one make 515, for example.
Okay.
If they are that close, and you find out.
We did say 420 versus 5 something.
He said and when he said 420 and 515, I said with a 95 run difference, without seeing the series, I would lean towards the man
with the most runs.
With the most runs when the gap is that wide.
So you did answer the question.
Yes, I did actually. But not, when he said 50 runs. Yeah, man, let me answer, man.
Him take the batsman with the most runs.
So you take the batsman
when it's a 95 run gap. Which is
even though you would have possibly had the better average.
Yeah, man. If me score 95 more runs than you.
Okay, so you're saying
however though.
Sometimes let's cut to the chase. So you're saying then that sometimes, that's what Zidane is saying, as Zidane been saying, that sometimes you can work with the man with that.
No. But here's my thing now. Over a career now. Just like how I'm gonna tell you, if I score 2 goals in a game, or if I score a hat-trick in a game and you score 1 goal, because this is the sport, you understand. I may be able to look at that 1.5 game and say, boy, so the man who scored the 1 goal was a better player than the man who scored the hat-trick. I could argue that over a game. But over a career now, boy, you scored 3 times the amount of goals I scored over 500 games. So you'd have scored 1,500 goals, and I scored 500.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder now to argue for the 500 man. But in a game,
I get you.
In a one-off game,
you
scored 3, me score, and I can't say, boy, over that game, I based on what I see in that game.
Well, Chateau scenario wasn't a one-off game still.
A series, but it's one
10 times.
It's one series.
I feel like I feel like you have
10 innings.
No. I'm saying, one series, you may form one conclusion, but given a career, given 90 test matches, 100 test matches, it may change the dynamics of how I look at it.
Okay, I hear you.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, I hear you. There's a next thing I wanted to say now. I lose my train of thought, Anyways.
Yeah.
Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. Give me 11 now.
My 11, what I think will happen.
What do you think the coach will pick?
I think he might go with 2 central midfielders with Bailey and what's the other gentleman's name from Everton? Gray with Nicholson and Antonio up front.
No space for Bobby Reed.
Oh Lord, the side big.
But hear me now, no.
Because me wonder him like 4-4-2, so I'm wondering,
But in I'm 4-4.
But a top player, we miss out nonetheless.
In I'm 4-4-2, when I'm forward, them kind of come back in the midfield sometime, because I watch it,
Yes.
I think we're going to grow up top of Antonio. I don't think Shamar going to start.
He's going to go Gray and Antonio up front.
Yeah, and have Bobby Reed coming up. Because you can't bench Bobby Reed right now.
Yes.
I don't think, even the big game against Argentina, it was Bobby Reed that scored that beautiful goal. Who?
Was it against Argentina?
When Bobby Reed scored that goal against Van der Valle, which game?
It wasn't against Argentina, man.
It was who? I don't remember.
Wasn't it Mexico?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Yeah, man.
Isn't he the last person that scored something that goal for you?
Yeah, man. He played well in the game.
Yeah, man. So I don't think he can bench Bobby. I don't think he would want to bench Bobby Reed. So I think Bobby Reed going to start. I think Shamar is the one who game on that shit for me. I think Gray can come up and can play up top.
Oh, all right. Here's a starting at that. Pick up yourself, Demo. Somebody send me a potential lineup here, which sounds good. Amari Bell left back, Ethan Pinnock centre half, Damian Lowe centre half, Javane Brown right back. I don't agree with that still.
No.
Reed on the right hand side, Russell in midfield with Daniel Johnson, Damari Gray, Bailey, and Antonio. So it's basically Bailey. It's similar to what you're saying that might not go with Bowser.
Bailey up top.
Yeah.
But Bailey playing in a 4-4-2 at Tottenham at Aston Villa.
Yeah, man. Bailey can play anywhere across the front three.
Yeah, man.
In any kind of system.
Bailey played a run off the forward role very good enough. So
yeah, man.
Bailey or Damari Gray can play that role, but I don't see Shamar starting.
No, fair. But he was struggling in both practice games.
Yes, I don't see Shamar starting. But anyway, still, with the US team, we see we can beat them.
We should be thinking we have Reed, Premier League, Gray, Premier League, Pinnock, Premier League, Antonio, Premier League, Bailey, Premier League. We have a Premier League team.
Hey, with the ESPN put out something, with the Jamaican front six, and I said, such talent in the front six, and I said, a long time, I said something.
Yeah.
And I have the 17-year-old sensation from the bench. That's trouble, man. We can do everything.
Yes.
I am going semi.
Semi? Yeah, that's what I said yesterday.
Until we meet, probably one of the man will get with nervous. Canada or Mexico. I go semi.
All right.
Bull. But Canada will get flanked.
Big up yourself, Bull.
All right.
Cool. We'll take our first break. We're coming back.
Importers, submit proper invoices to customs to reduce delays in clearing shipments. Visit www.jacustoms.gov.jm for details. The temperature by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
34 degrees Celsius in New Kingston.
Super Center, everything for your home and more.
Whether you are redecorating your home, looking for a gift idea, or simply feel for some retail therapy, Asden Supercenter is the place to be. Regal Plaza Kingston and Linston. We have it all. From linens and curtains to appliances and cookware, furniture, rugs, and wall decor. It's everything for your home and more.
Asden Supercenter, we're gonna make you smile. Asden Supercenter, it's a lifestyle.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel. Make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get something from your brother or mommy, hey, it's not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, check your phone, your money land. The MBS Money transfer. CFA, faster, easier. Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, we time no line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VNBS money transfer.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
With so much to do in one location, make Mega Mart your one-stop shop. Pick up your groceries and houseware needs, grab a bite and pay some bills, fill your prescriptions and see the beauty products in our pharmacy, all in one amazing location. My Mega Mart, the best value by far.
My Mega Mart, best value by far.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. Who is it we have now? Hello?
Mount Salem.
Oh, Mount Salem.
Yes, good afternoon. You hear me?
Yes.
Yes. I hope you were fully entertained, Shehu and this morning.
I was.
Yeah, man, so that you can use it to determine whether they are better than somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you're using it to determine when those two innings and you're gonna use it, remember the entertainment factor that they also bring. Another really ridiculous argument.
Yes.
But Mr. Matthews, you said you watched the Australia second innings the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You saw how Steve Smith got out. I'm saying I'm wondering if he was listening to the ESL. It was uncharacteristic of him, you know, the way how he
when he left the ball alone.
No man, he didn't left the ball alone. He actually went. It was actually early in his innings, you know. And
which one? Second and first innings.
The second innings I'm talking about. The second innings.
Yeah, but he got a similar delivery and he edged and went on to his pad and fell short of the wicket and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the shot after, the time after he went up. Normally a ball like that, Steve Smith would leave alone. Especially
normally he couldn't leave alone a ball, man.
Yeah, man, he could leave that ball. We never see the ball, man. He leave that ball, man.
It was angling in and then it moved away from him, man. We are talking about.
Yeah, man,
No man on the easy ball again, man. No man on the easy ball.
Yeah, man, he couldn't leave the ball, man.
No, man, say you're wrong, man.
Man, he couldn't leave it, man. He couldn't leave it.
Which is that? His second innings dismissal.
Second innings dismissal. It's not an easy ball to leave alone, my boss. Look up at the dismissal. Look, find it up.
I'm going to look at it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it again because I'm sure that he could actually leave that.
Not
delivery.
Easy to leave on that ball alone, man. Trust me. Those are good delivery, man.
Yeah. I'm going to look at it again. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and look at it again.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing Mr. Higgins always talk about when they talk about the better bowling, I'm looking at a comparison. This Gold Cup squad that Jamaica have. You know that Jamaica can be argued that they have attacks going into the World Cup. I'm talking about they might not necessarily have the best striker, but when you combine all of the attackers that Jamaica has and compare to the other team, Jamaica has the attacks going into the World Cup.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, man, lots of experience in terms of playing at a high level and quality. No two ways about it.
You have Glenn McGrath and all of those people. Yes, individual.
But you're breaking up.
Yeah, your line is sound good.
Maybe I have to call back because I'm at work. I have to hide and call.
You're sounding better now, actually, when I say you're going to have to call.
All right. Yes. Let me just take 1 minute and wrap up. What I'm saying is, I always hear Mr. Higgins talk about Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath and all of those people. Doesn't mean automatically that it is the best bowling. I'm just looking at the comparison with Jamaica attack. That while Jamaica have Mikel and while other teams might have bigger striker in terms of one individual, a compilation of a whole attack can be argued that Jamaica have a better attack, but not necessarily a better individual. If you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking at.
All right.
Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah.
All right. Leon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, Leon.
Yeah, man, big up on yourself. Yeah, man. Zidane?
Yes.
Yeah, man, the only ball, you have to play the ball where hit your stump here. Every other ball.
Did I say anything about having half?
No.
No, I'm asking you a question. Why are you telling me something that I did not say, though?
All right.
Good, sir.
All right.
I said it was a difficult ball to leave alone. Did you see the dismissal?
Let me see African.
Okay.
Orville.
Yes.
You always say, for long years now, you say, when the average are far apart, and you generally qualify over 5-6 runs.
Yes.
And
yet people keep saying that I say once you average more than a man, you're better than a man.
No, man, you say when it's far apart.
What do I have to do for people to start quoting?
Another to say. What me say?
Yeah,
when it's far apart.
I'm saying.
Yeah, man, but you know you have anomaly though.
Like what? Yeah, man, I'm agreeing that. I'm saying once you average 6, 7, 8 more than a man.
You say me on the line and do I try to bring it up and me just
what?
Because me that call him. I Sanga, you know.
Here's my thing with Sangakkara now. Sangakkara has, and I said it before, you know, he has 7 test centuries against Bangladesh. He has 2 against Zimbabwe.
9.
So that's 9 of his 38 centuries are against teams that me consider minnows. And him average 80 and 90 against them 2 teams.
Right.
Usually when you compare him to...
But he average 70 against Pakistan. You know?
Yeah, man, but I'm saying one of the reasons why I'm going to rate Viv higher, I don't think Viv played against teams as ordinary as Zimbabwe and Bangladesh.
Yeah, man. They will have ordinary side now.
Like Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. Well, only 5 teams Viv play against, you know.
Right.
Viv never play against Pakistan, against Bangladesh and Zimbabwe. So because I believe largely,
who was the worst team that Viv played against?
He played against
New Zealand, probably.
India, Pakistan.
India never so strong, you know. We're outside of India.
Australia, India, Pakistan, New Zealand, England. That's
India never so strong outside of India. Remember?
They never bad like Bangladesh and Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but them retire bowling too fast.
When I look at Sangakkara and the fact that he scored 9 of his 38 centuries against absolutely.
But you're going nice. I don't want to go nice, you know. Come on, go sort
an average 80 than 90.
You do agree that there is an exception. There are exceptions, right? And in this case, there is an exception.
I am saying, I want to see how you do against the very best, our quality opposition. So
in a Viv time, we was one of the most feared. We was, you have said number one.
He never had to play against Bangladesh and Zimbabwe.
In fact, you know what? Viv am number 1 West Indies batsman
of all time.
Yeah, man.
Viv bad, so we can understand.
Just the weird, the swag. And the winning ways. We love winner, you know, man. And
no. Well,
Viv was a winner.
Viv had a team that helped him to win.
You know that thing, they kind of, you thought that something. You know, so Lara Shivnara and Chanabhal did over 40, Jimmy Adams over 40.
No, man, Lara never had quite the same quality.
Come on, man.
You can't argue that.
All right, Chris Gale over 40.
You need 20 wickets to win cricket matches, man. Viv had the best bowling attack in the world when he play, man. Not do that.
Well, Lara had some matches.
No, but you apart.
Lara never had one arm, bro.
Lara never had quite the quality.
Bishop.
Lara never had quite the batting or the bowling.
Lara Stuart Williams and Shoring came like.
Why we argue something? Just for argue, see, man. We know so Lara never had the same quality team.
Right, yeah, man.
Then there's nobody say nothing again.
All right. But Lara did have some else, you know. We get really bramble after Lara.
It was in Lara time it get bramble.
Yeah, but the man did have some numbers. Right to Lara time I play with China Paul, you know.
Well, no, him start before shift.
Right. But the latter part, more time career. He would have Jimmy Adams. He would have Chris Gale after 2000. And Sarwan. What do I like the man never have nobody? Enough people have put
the reason why West Indies was doing poorly was because of Brian Lara.
Listen, what's
the point?
The bowling.
You're not making any point, my boss.
Because Lara have some help.
The one thing Lara
let me tell you.
Leon, The only thing Brian Lara can do is bat and make runs in the boss. He can't control what Chris Kelly in a Shaw one, Marlon Samuels, and whoever was there. And he can't control what they do when they are facing
All right, let me tell you what me I say. Let me tell you what me I say now one thing.
Yes.
Orville said we've had help, batting help. I'm saying Lara too had batting help.
Yeah, good John Higgins.
No, he had help, but not the same level as Vic.
Yeah, good John Higgins.
Average 40.
If the point
average over 40.
If the point you're making is that Lara had more help than some of us give him credit for, I understand the argument.
He had some help.
Because in Shiv he had a batsman averaging 50. In Gale and Sarwan he had 2 batsmen averaging over 40.
Jimmy had them.
And in Jimmy he had another 40.
But cricket is not football and basketball where you can lift your team and say, yeah, do that and help them.
No man, me nothing. The points Leon is making is that sometimes we say, boy, Lara alone. I think that
no, that's not the point he's making. He's saying we used to lose him and blame Lara.
That's it.
That's the point he's making. That Lara had more help than sometimes we give.
No, but we used to lose badly. It's not Lara.
Listen to me.
Help us there.
We said big did in our big batting.
All right, when we go to Sri Lanka, we lost badly. Lara was brilliant. What happened?
And that's what Lara lose.
I'm saying to Lara was brilliant in Sri Lanka. We lost badly. What happened? Where was the help?
The first time we lose at Pakistan 3-0 here. Remember that.
I understand
so you don't know the history. I'm saying.
Yeah,
people say we've had help.
Give Brian Lara holding.
We've had more help than Brian.
Give him holding, Marshall, Ghana. I see what happened.
Liquor football.
Yeah.
Something around that area. So one side here, I'll be on mountain, I think.
With them ban?
Yeah.
What is happening? What are they?
So them are supposed. I feel so.
You know, say something like them something because that game impacted other teams that could have made the top 4 for instance, Ned Forest.
I did hear too, right?
But yes, we don't understand the boss.
I second competition in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
The second
so
level competition in Jamaica.
Me potentially can make top 4.
You
have 2 teams who a competitive game should have been held. One team don't come into the other team get the free 3 points. Them Ghana semi-final like can't go.
So the man them. They said most for the man there. The man said
the man said can make a 3-5. Man said can make a 3-5 round.
3,500 the side say him nah go. So that's how the manager said. That's his counter. So now the same kind of sanction where they take Chaps and Maroon, and that them a look for them a get a fine and them a get kick out.
I think they should be thrown out of the competition.
Huh?
I think they should be thrown out of the competition.
They never make Chappleton. Flip-flop.
Chappleton was a different situation.
Different something. The man them said
that. Come on, Chappleton was a different situation. Come on, Leon. Clear, no, you sound up and read it to them, boss. They have somebody who decides to play with a bush league for 3-5, boss. Chappleton, man, them say they must strike because of them could get fired, boss. Them stick up the club. It's a different thing, this, boss.
Leon, we'll leave it here. We're coming back up.
Yeah.
Your home is your castle. Fill your house with exceptional home decor from Carmen's Collection. Visit our showroom at 112 Constant Spring Road, Mondays to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The time, courtesy of Carmen's Collection, is 1:30.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, at My Soul Restaurant Bar and Grill.
The International Olympic Committee has voted to strip the International Boxing Association of its status as the sports world's governing body. And of 70 valid votes on Thursday, 69 voted in favor of the recommendation. In April, the World Boxing, a breakaway international federation, was formed. Boxing at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics was organized by the IOC amid concerns over the IBA's finance, governance, ethics, refereeing, and judging. And the Olympic body will be in charge again for Paris 2024. That is sports. In a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes.
When I got to boat this now?
What happened to you, missus?
My car broke down and I can't get the parts.
Parts? So you never hear about Dangels? And them are the done in the parts world, you know? Them have parts for Hyundai, Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Isuzu, Mazda, Subaru, you name it, them have it.
Visit Danjan Auto Spares and Accessories in Kingston at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Telephone 929-9146 or in Maypen at shop number 10, 18 Chapperton Road. Telephone 986-7142.
Everybody at a new job I call you Shane from accounts all week when you're really named Sean from admin. But somebody just handed you delicious KFC hot wings that were dropped off for Shane from accounts. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC hot wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
I say of the Lord that He is my refuge.
This is your breakthrough hour with yours truly, Apostle Jonathan White, where the supernatural is simply natural. Join me here this and every Friday at 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. on KLAS. We will be praying for the sick, the blind, and the lame. Tune in and be blessed.
Him will I trust.
The Scoreboard, Mondays to Fridays, one of the best sports programs on radio. The Scoreboard features informative, investigative, and hard-hitting sports discussions with top-quality guests. Join us 5 to 6 p.m. with our A-list hosts as we inform and entertain. That's The Scoreboard, Mondays to Fridays, 5 to 6 p.m.
It's now time for Just Bet Winner's Edge, where we take a look at some of the top sporting events and betting odds on the Just Bet sports betting program and show you how to bet and win big with Just Bet. Sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game. From Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. All righty then, so time for Just Bet. Hi, Jesse.
Afternoon to you, your team and listeners. How are you doing?
And not too bad at all, man. Always great to hear from you, and I hope you've been good since we last spoke on this program.
Well, you may have to ask somebody else about that one. I've been as good as I can be, you see.
All right, I'll leave it right there, Jesse. Right there. All right, here's where we start. U.S. Major League Soccer.
Yes, sir.
With Philadelphia Union welcomes Inter Miami. Now, Inter Miami has become a lot more popular in the last few weeks because of a certain footballer called Lionel Messi. And as you hear, they will be traveling to Philadelphia Union. How do you see that game?
Yeah, Inter Miami fans can't wait until June 30 That's when Lionel Messi's contract with PSG comes to an end, and Inter Miami, they could use a player of the talent of Lionel Messi. They're not doing pretty good at the moment. As a matter of fact, they are at the bottom, rock bottom in the Eastern Conference. They're 8 points behind the final playoff spots that are available in the Eastern Conference. They take on a Philadelphia Union team that is having a bit of trouble themselves. The Union right now, they have just won one of their last 5 meetings. As a matter of fact, against Inter Miami, they failed to win the last 2 encounters with them on home soil. So Philadelphia, especially when they buck up an Inter Miami side, haven't done pretty well. Here it is that Philly would like to return to winning ways, and they are favored to beat Inter Miami and indeed return to winning ways. According to the Just Bet final result bet option, the Philadelphia Union come in at $1.41. Inter Miami come in at $6.25, and the draw attracts odds of $4.75. Folks, live betting is available for all MLS games, of course, which means that you can bet while the game is going on, well into the dying moments of the game. You can take advantage of all the betting options that you have come to know and love that we offer at Just Bet for football. You can get them all in the MLS, which means you can take advantage of correct score betting that allows you to make the biggest return for your betting buck. Can you predict the score of a game and that's the correct score at the end of regulation and stoppage time? It can be very lucrative for you. Do remember, you can place a bet on any score line that you think will be the correct score of each and every football game, including if it is for this game that the Union win by 3-0, a $500 bet pays $5,000 in winnings rather. If the Union wins by 4-1, a $500 bet pays $8,500 in winnings. And if it's Philly by 3-2, $10,500 and upper with a $500 bet. Now for Inter Miami, correct score bets include if they win 2-1, a $500 bet pays $9,000 in winnings. If it's Inter Miami by 2-0, a $500 bet pays $9,500 in winnings. And if it's Miami by 2-0, a $500 bet would pay $20,500 in winnings. Philly at home should be at the moment too good for Inter Miami. I'm going to be taking Philadelphia Union to win by 2-1. That would pay $4,500 in winnings with a $500 bet, and taking the Philadelphia Union to win at odds of $1.41 straight up.
I'm taking the Lionel Messi bump into consideration. I'm going 1-1.
Oh, you're taking that? Okay.
I'm going 1-1.
Yeah, okay. So you're thinking then that the players will want to impress to make sure they make the starting 11 along with Lionel Messi.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think his presence might just lift the others along.
All right, not a problem. Let's go here. We did say, okay, fine, 1-1 in this game. $3,250 in winnings with a $500 bet.
All right, and the second one is also from the U.S. Major League. It takes into account Atlanta United at New York Red Bulls. How do you plead?
Absolutely, yeah. The MLS really has produced some pretty decent competition in football, and I think there's more interest because, of course, this the highlight of this season, the MLS season, happens while all the other major leagues around the world, the football leagues around the world, are on recess. So here it is that Atlanta United take on a Red Bulls team who come into this one after coming back from 2 goals down in their previous game to rescue a point. New York Red Bulls in unfamiliar territory for them. They finished 4th in the Eastern Conference last year. However, they're languishing in 13th position in the Eastern Conference. They've won 4 of their 18 matches so far on this campaign. Atlanta, they are also coming off a 2-1 draw in their previous game against New York City last Thursday. Now, only Toronto have drawn more MLS games than Atlanta. so far this season. Atlanta, they sit 5th in the Eastern Conference with 29 points from their 19 games. Let's see the odds that are offered for this game via the Just Bet final result bet option. Funnily enough, the weaker team is the favored team. New York Red Bulls, they're favored to win at $1.90. Must be that home cooking effect. Atlanta United, the road team, the underdog, $3.75, and the draw at $3.40. So many ways to bet, but do remember, correct score betting, folks, allows you to maximize on your winning potential. That's what we all want. Of course, you can place a number of correct score bets for this game, including if the Red Bulls win by 2-0, a $500 bet pays $4,250 in winnings. If it's New York Red Bulls by 3-1, a $500 bet pays $18,000 in winnings. And if it's New York Red Bulls in a 5-goal thriller winning by 3-2, you can win a cool $13,000 in winnings with a $500 wager. Now for ATL, Atlanta United. If they win by 2-1, a $500 bet pays $6,000 in winnings. If it's Atlanta United by 3-1, $18,000 on offer with a $500 bet. But here's the kicker. If Atlanta beats New York by 4-2, a $500 bet would pay $75,500 in winnings. I'm going all for the money in this one. Atlanta United 4-2, $7,500 on offer with a $500 bet. Atlanta $3.75 straight up.
I'm going with a New York win at I don't know why I feel liberal today. 4-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
4-2. Oh my gosh. I don't know if they're gonna find 4 goals, but let me type it in quick in the correct score calculator. 4-1 in New York Red Bulls' favor pays $18,000 in winnings with a $500 bet.
All right, and the final one, and this one I'm interested to hear how you go on this. The CONCACAF Gold Cup game, which starts this Saturday for Jamaica when we take on the USA. This one is interesting. How do you plead on this?
Well. USA is on a high, and they have all reasons. They won the Nations League in really confident and imperious fashion. Of course, here's Heimer Hallgrimsson's biggest test thus far as coach of the Reggae Boys. The Americans wind about how many Premier League players are a part of this squad. We have 5 in total, but the United States, I'm sure they'll be wanting to show that they have taken over as the kings of CONCACAF. Here are the Just Bet final results, bet odds. The United States are the favored team at $1.64. Jamaica, the underdog, $4.75. The draw at $3.85. Correct score bets you can place on this game include USA 2-0, $3,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. USA 3-0, $6,000 even with a $500 bet. And if it's USA 3-1, $6,500 in winnings with a $500 bet. For the Reggae Boys, if they win by a goal to nil, a $500 bet pays $5,500 in winnings. Jamaica 2-1, $7,500 on offer with a $500 bet. And if it's Jamaica 2-0, $13,000 available with a $500 bet. A 1-all draw for me. $2,875 in winnings with a $500 bet. Going on the fence with a draw. $3.85 straight up.
What you say you're going with? I didn't hear that.
1-all draw.
1-all draw. Then a 1-all draw, man. Then you know football, then Jesse. A 1-1 the game a draw, man.
All right, there you go, folks.
1-1 the game a draw.
They're definitely $2,875 in winnings with a $500 bet.
All right, boss, take us to the break.
All right, all Gold Cup, folks. All of the games on offer live betting. You can bet while the game is going on. All your favorite betting options are available. It's all about the Gold Cup. It kicks off on Saturday. At least 3 games on Sunday, 3 games on Monday. Get in the game, win big, bet big on the Gold Cup kicking off on Saturday. Orville, big up yourself. Stay safe on the weekend, my friend, and catch you next week.
All right, boss. That's Jesse Blake, and that's the Just Bet Winner's Edge. We take a break.
Just Bet!
That was the Just Bet Winner's Edge, sponsored by Just Bet Jamaica's #1 sports betting game from Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. For more information, visit justbetja.com.
A few months ago, my family and I were on the verge of being homeless until we were introduced to a property loan from Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. At first, we were skeptical, but with the great benefits and the fact that we could borrow up to $25 million at a low interest rate of 7.99% made us realize that it was the right thing to do. So we did it, and today we're in a much better situation, thanks to Manchester Cooperative Credit Union.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. So, Orville, who was the best team that Viv faced when he played? Australia?
I would say Australia, yeah.
There's no doubt that when Brian Lara played, he faced the best team in terms of Australia, one of the greatest cricketing team of all time.
But we rate Viv, and then again, Viv team faced the greatest attack.
Yeah, but you know what Viv averaged against Australia?
44.
44, and Lara averaged 51 against Australia. Yeah. So, and West Indies most of the time, as a matter of fact, all the time that I can remember, when they faced Australia, we lost to Australia with Brian Lara. So it means that outside of the superstar batsmen, Vivian Richards play with consistently better performance than Brian Lara. I don't understand what Leon was trying to say a while ago.
No, if his argument, which is what I think, because we always said Lara had no help. The truth is that the help wasn't consistent.
There you go.
But there were decent help around him for much of his career. Like I said, Adams averaging the 40s, Gale averaging the 40s, Sarwan in the 40s.
Did Gale play a lot with Lara?
Yeah, man. Gale started 99, 2000.
He started 2000, I think.
Yeah. And
wasn't all that great in his first part of his career against the best teams.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but he had Shiv, he had Sarwan, he had Jimmy. So I'm saying at times when we chased down that 400 and odd, for example, Lara got 60.
Okay.
But Shiv and Sarwan got a
century apiece. Yes.
So I'm saying, but the help wasn't consistent.
Not at all.
And while we had Ambi and Walsh for a large, maybe half a full Irish career,
They kept changing the other two bowlers.
Yes,
they
and
kept
after a while, Walsh and Ambi themselves were no longer there as well. So the quality was iffy and inconsistent. All right, economics.
Massive.
Good afternoon, economics.
Orville.
Yeah, man.
You would have fired the England coach.
No, man.
Why?
Because before this Ashes, they had won 11 of their last 13 games, which is one of the more successful periods in recent English history. And they had won those 11 of 30. Remember when he took over, England had won only one of their last 17 test matches. One of 17. Even West Indies, we are playing with Nepal now for qualify for one day. Beat England. They changed the coach, won 11 of 13, and not killing him for losing a one test match.
What do you think about the declaration on the first day?
Risky, bold, but understandable.
All right, my boss. Anything what you were saying, a guidance me need.
There you go.
This morning, Zidane, listen to these people. This morning at the Royal Ascot meet in England, the goal, they have a race named King George V. You know who win the race? King Charles. King Charles has win by a nose.
Yes.
His name Desert Era. But you have a jockey that's going to retire this year. One of the top 10 jockeys in the world. His name Lanfranco de Torre. He won the Gold Cup this morning. And he's 53 in Orville.
Yes.
As a jockey, retiring at 53. And he's telling you how hard it is to be a jockey and make sure that the jockeys have money when they retire. You know that none of the Jamaican jockeys can retire?
They can't because they don't have enough money.
Right, even some of the great jockeys at Cayman Park, they are now those businessmen. You know, they can't retire because there wasn't any pension set up for them.
Oh.
Very, very serious. Orville.
Yes, sir.
You have any journalists underground journalists, investigative journalists underground, checking in institutions like the JFF?
No.
I hear bangarang going on in there for power.
In terms of what?
Somebody going to challenge Mr. Ricketts for the post.
Well, if you've been listening to the sports desk, we've been telling you this now for
months now.
For months.
Yes.
And you plan to send any investigative journalists next time the trial of Usain Bolt's money come up to let the sports desk know what is happening with Usain Bolt money? You plan to send any journalists in the court?
To investigate what?
What's going on with the spring champion of the world, Usain Bolt?
We will hear, man. We don't have to send anybody to know what
you think to investigate what exactly?
To find out what is going on so that you can tell the sporting. You don't. Orville, with due respect, my boss. We're talking about Usain Bolt that most of us have as our spring champion. Usain Bolt is the richest Jamaican athlete that live in the country and invest in the country.
Stop right there, Pecan.
Yeah.
No, man, my job is to follow sporting issues.
So you don't consider
you seeing the regular current affairs journalists, if they can't find out what has happened to Bolt's money, and that is their full-time job for them kind of investigation. You expect we know.
Hold on. But you know, very ironically, when we listen to your 1 minute news, here news are come out of way down South Africa,
but that
way down Middle East. I tell you about other people.
That is not me doing the investigation, though.
No, but it come through your wires. Orville, you're on the fourth estate in a bus. You are one of the media houses that's supposed to prevent the African people from going back to slavery. Right. Yes, sir. That's one of your responsibilities as a sports journalist in the country. You never know.
I honestly wasn't aware of that.
Sports is one of the mechanisms we must use in this part of the world to prevent our young males and young females from going back into poverty and slavery in a bus. You don't realize, Orville, I tell you, so you don't know your worth. You don't know. Anyway, Orville, Zidane.
Yes.
You know what would be very interesting? Tell the JFF family to publish the diet sheet, the menu sheet for the reggae boys before the World Cup and what they're going to eat during the World Cup for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You mean the reggae girls?
Reggae boys that's going to play the Gold Cup.
Oh, no, because you said World Cup. That's what.
Sorry, my apology, my guru.
Yes.
Thanks for your clarity.
Yes.
We want to see the menu sheet where the boys eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so that I can compare it with what Argentina World Cup eat.
Yes.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner when they play the World Cup, to see if our diet match what is happening on the international scene.
I don't want to think
that listing.
Yeah, man, I don't want to think that pretty much would have that covered in terms of knowing what the best things are for players, because the players are professional players who play at top clubs in the world, you know.
Yeah.
So they understand what they need to consume to be at a physical level to play football. So Mikel Antonio don't need the JFF to tell him what to eat.
Well, you feel the JFF have enough money for lunch?
Yes, man.
Breakfast.
Yes, man. They can afford those things, man. What they struggle to do is pay the players.
What they struggle to do is to pay the players.
Yeah, man. You never hear them in an argument as to in terms of nutrition yet. I never hear a Jamaica reggae boys complain that listen, they're not giving the right things to eat when they go on. I will not stay at the right hotel. You really hear that. You usually hear about compensation.
Thank you very much for that. Orville, last question.
Yes.
What is the difference between using the red ball and the white ball in cricket?
The red ball is the longer format and the white ball is the shorter format. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it to you.
The color of the ball have anything to do with the batting? You think it affects the batting style of the batsman?
It shouldn't, but the nature of the game does.
Oh, the nature of the game.
Yes, so the red ball is they play red ball cricket in the days because traditionally that's what they used to do over the longer version. White ball cricket, because a lot of white ball cricket used to be played at night as well. They felt that it could be picked up better. But them even got a pink ball now where it's starting at day and done at night and all that kind of thing. But red ball is there because tradition. But the batting styles are usually different because of the longer version of the game, not so much the type of ball.
Thank you very much, my guru. Have a good day.
All right, sir. Big up yourself. Who we have now? Hello? Hello? Who we have now?
What's on what's na me, man?
Where you say?
Yeah, where you going with? Zidane Matthews?
Yes.
Yeah, before me touch something more, ask Orville a question. I mean, to be disrespectful and you know, it was anonymous yesterday.
Yes.
With what anonymous was unanimous. I mean, anonymous was saying yesterday.
Yes.
You killed him off and said, you said I don't remember the words. One of the statements you made that he was being disrespectful to Vin.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm come back after that, Isaac.
Yeah,
all
right. Take the break. We're coming back. Don't move.
Customized aluminum windows and doors at Hepburn's Glass Supplies, 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. 10 years of experience guarantees satisfaction. Call or WhatsApp 876-773-4799. The time, courtesy of Hepburn's Glass Supplies, is 2 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Avoid touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Hands touch many surfaces and can pick up viruses. Once contaminated, hands can transfer the virus to your eyes, nose, or mouth. From there, the virus can enter your body and can make you sick.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, shipping port.
Yeah, my 2-0. Yeah, man. The point that you told him that he was being disrespectful to Vin. And no disrespect to Vin, because I don't know Vin or anything like that, and it's not an attack on Vin. But what if what he was saying was true? What if it was factual what he was saying? Would that still be disrespectful?
How would you know that it's factual?
I never said it. I said, what if? I'm not telling you that it is fact.
He can't prove that it's factual.
Yeah, but you can't say disrespect. I don't think disrespect was really the way to put it. Because I heard a caller came on this program and disrespect a whole lot of callers, and you guys giggled that way. You never.
No, man, no. Disrespect callers.
Because now a little man now no passport, now no. Immunization card.
Shipping port.
You can pass in place.
Stop. The implication that Anonymous was talking about when he said Vin Blaine got personal with the.
But isn't that what the news out there is?
No.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
All right. But me could left it there. As we said, no, this, but I don't think he did anything to warrant him not to call about the program.
Well, if he calls the program with that line, he's going to be cut off forthwith.
Okay. Well, him have only for things to say. So he can move on.
There are only more things him can talk.
Yeah. But
thank you very much. And,
all right.
Your spirited support won't help his cause. We're not condoning that kind of thing.
Because I don't know if it has a fact. So I'm not attacking Blaine. So Blaine could be innocent. They could be telling a lie on him also.
Well, there you
go. Zidane Matthews and
yes.
Orville again. Tier 2 thing, I bet. You know the tier 2 thing is a joke.
Yeah.
So then bring back a 2 team and then relegate them. And my reason for saying that, I was home the other day Because I see none of the games. I know sometimes when you see things on TV, it may look shabby and worse than where I really go watch with the naked eye. I saw Racing who topped the league at Prison Oval playing against Trojans. I think the game ended 1-0. And Virgin, the Racing team finished atop, I think 4th. I think Trojans finished 3rd behind Treasure Beast.
Yes.
And I tell you, when we see it, Virgin, I tell you, the game, I watch the game to about 35 minutes and I couldn't watch no more. It was crappy, it was rubbish. And no disrespect to the players, and big up on yourself. Everybody wants.
Maybe they rotated play. Was it the last game of the season for them?
It wasn't the last game of the season. It was maybe about 3 games to go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but bull no disrespect. I mean, all bull have a make a team down there. But them name down our borders and whatever.
Yes.
But when we look on the thing, Bridget, and I watch it, and I say, what are that who was supposed to be in the Premier League last year? And say, what are that struggle and finish 11th?
But remember, I'm on record of saying that, listen, I don't think we can afford 14 teams in the Premier League, my boss. And they're talking about potentially 16.
14 teams, no make no sense, brother.
We don't have the talent, my boss.
Have it again.
Yes.
Your hometown team, Reno FC, finished 9th.
Boy, me feel it. Me feel it.
And this is not in a Premier League, this is the lower league.
Me feel it.
Virgin, this thing put me in a spot where I sat down the other day and I start reminiscing and remember. You see, as a youth, I don't think I went to high school yet. There was a final between Wadada and Reno. The first leg playing at the West, the second leg playing National Stadium. The first leg, a youth named David Fartner, number 14, scored a double. Devon Jarrett scored another. They won 3-0 in the first leg final down the West.
Yeah.
Came to Kingston with a 3-0 lead. Wadada bring to, you know. But I saw this Reno team, Virgin, turn on some pressure. We can remember the Reno team, they were the best brand of football I ever to play. But as I said, I was a kid, so maybe my mind was all over the place because I always say.
Yeah.
But yeah, the number 6, I think he was Calvin Valentine. That brother they always say, I think I'm Maradona himself. The Calvin Valentine, Virgin, on Mr. on the ball.
Wappy King.
Wappy King.
Me tell man, say me no see nobody can control ball in them chest like Wappy.
When me left stadium that day, I tell one of my little friend them about Virgin that I know about in there.
Wappy King him used to do. You know Wappy used to play cricket as well.
Remember that midfielder had number 10 brother then his son what a little short brother Donald Hewitt, Capel Donaldson.
Yeah man.
Teddy Jones.
Yes man.
You know that Reno team, Virgin. And you have up front the brother number 10 names. But that number 10, but it's a score goal for them, man.
Jimmy used to wear the 10, man. Donald.
Eh?
Donald Hewitt used to wear the 10. I don't remember the numbers.
No, but not the 10. The power. I think it was the number 17.
I know Donald used to wear the 10.
Jim Dandy Graham.
Michael, yeah.
Jim Dandy Graham. Them have Agla Wilson, Linval Wilson. That team that Virgin.
But you're talking about the Reno team at a liquor. You know, there's a high quality Reno team before that vintage, you know.
Well, the one they were Mr.
A Reno team with people like Wendell Downs that play wing.
No, I never born them time.
A man are you in Red Hampshire? Can't remember Red Hampshire.
Me about them for Manning show.
And Spider Key.
But
that is
look on it for Orville.
Spider with a bro.
Yeah.
Huh? Zidane. Zidane.
Yes.
When you compare them players, now, I remember, you know, you had Wadada, you had Seaver, you had Reno, you had Violet Kickers, you had even down at St. Elizabeth, you have Tafari Lion and them our next team down the way, a couple Premier League players go play for whether they try to qualify. Value P. When you look on it now and look on Western Jamaica only have Montego Bay United alone. Remember them teams, brother. When I mention the team, the Seaver United, the Tigers, Hector Wright, Philip Wang, Noah Sterling, them.
Yeah.
Brother, them they come. Remember the team what Tapa play for Violet Kickers.
Wasn't Tapa at Seaver?
Excellent, and you the name of you, excellent, Norman Foster.
Oh, he left Violet Kickers. I went to Seaver.
You know what them name?
He was the number 2 for Violet Kickers. I'm watching against Marvel. Him wear the number 2.
Yeah.
Still full Tapa with more.
And Boopy was at Violet Kickers as well.
Boopy who?
Warren Barry.
Yeah, man. He was the goalkeeper. Yeah. He was the goalkeeper and captain. That Norman Foster.
Who did Violet Kickers play that big finals at stadium in the 90s?
I remember. But Orville. That's a Western man. The name them we call a while ago. I mean, I think we touched the what other team them yet with the same David Fartner. We talk about the
big names them when we grew up down in the West.
Carlton Alexander, them man, the Rodney Barr.
Hey, guess which name? Guess which name you know, Carl? Who was probably the most feared forward in the West man at the time?
Who that?
Are you in Andrew Andrews?
We not think we know. We hear about him. We hear about him.
Sean a fan of Orville listeners.
No, we no business. Sean never live a Westmoreland, no. Sean can't talk. I'm saying that easily. Them used to say Andrews was the hardest kicker of football in the country.
We hear about him.
Now, I wouldn't know because me never used to see the ball in my town. I was a little youth in the country.
But they said in Westmoreland.
But in a Westmoreland, if you talk about man, we could have kick ball and scare goalkeeper. Andrew Andrews. They used to have a brother with him, Goff Andrews as well. When there was another Westmoreland side.
One player defender.
Sean Rodney. Sean Rodney was brilliant as a schoolboy, but you know, he did play for Reno for a little while.
But Zidane, hear me say,
never had the same.
All of them names that what I call a while ago. All of those names that I call. Try going at the league now. Remember the Western footballer them win the league. So you can call them.
Yeah.
Who play at high level.
But you don't have a lot of Western teams playing now.
No,
Sean, come on, come somewhere.
But they're all over the place. But remember them, they are more players.
Tuffy Anderson. Tuffy Anderson.
No, me thought no, right I know.
Sean, I don't want you to say it in my ears. Go say it in the mic right there. So hold on, Sean. You know what you said it in my ears, man. No, man, Sean. Let me say the statement again. Andrews was regarded by us as Lincoln and Westmoreland as among the roughest kickers of football. But we know. Now, we're not saying he was Pele or Maradona, but he was a fierce striker. Them used to only Ali McNabb could have kicked the ball out than him. That was the boy we used to hear about.
I hear about Ali kicking the ball.
Well, when you down West, ask a man, but all of the callers they will live a Western Jamaica. Call and ask. Andrew Andrews. He used to have a brother. I think he played for Jamaica some games too. What you have to say now? Well, I remember you were the man with the factual opinion. Yeah,
you're good with Andrew.
Andrew Andrews. What you that shaking about?
I say all the names in my card, I call the biggest baller.
Which is who?
From Wadada. The biggest baller from
Noah Sterling?
No. What?
Oh, you mean Twinny Bug Angley?
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
So I never the Andrews thing, we can't shake your head.
Son,
I think I the Andrews thing, we can't shake him. Twinny Bug was probably the
all-time midfielder, man.
Yeah.
All-time. Twinny Bug, Jamaican midfielder. Tough tackling midfielder, man. And that goal against Trinidad, me put a tick in that bus. I did watch that 1991.
Yeah, man. Twinny Bug was a maestro.
But Orville again.
Yeah.
Take it from me. Western Jamaica football is dying a slow death.
I agree.
And I leave it there. Now listen to someone.
All right, shipping point.
Big up on yourself.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
All right, who we have now?
Who is there next? Hello?
Correction.
Oh, correction.
Where is the correction?
Well, go on, man.
There.
All right. We're zoning for some football, you know, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball kind of take a lead. All right. Now, I don't know if you guys have been following the mainstream media in the space regarding the World Cup. Hello?
Yes.
Right. Now, everybody has been watching miracle about this Reggae Boy squad.
Yeah, once you have Premier League players, you know, people go highlight you, the guy realize.
They started showing some clips from because St. Kitts qualified for the last.
St. Kitts and Nevis, yes.
And the man, them had done a St. Kitts wasn't even zoning in so much fun. Their team that make it in. They were zoning in and how they would match up against this mini EPL team.
Because you have no correction. the Premier League is the most watched league from this side of the planet, you know, in terms of the Caribbean, you know. So we are aware of the Premier League players and their exploits. So it's a big side to us here in the Caribbean.
Right. Yes. So that was the headlines, you know, how them go match up against the mini Premier League team, you know. That's the man in my Reggae Boys, that mini Premier League team.
I saw them because Pinnock had a great season for Brentford, you know. Brentford did well and Pinnock was brilliant for Brentford, you know. Yeah.
Right. And even the United States team, some of the critics are saying that the coach need to inject back some of the players from the Nation League into the USA team to match up against this Jamaican squad. So right there now, even without the pressure of the Jamaican public, you know, pressure automatically start to mount on our coach here.
Oh, you're so dead right about with the media hyping us now with the quality and body works in the record now. Exactly. And he has not won in 7 games now. You have to come look good in this tournament, remember?
So right now, the pressure has automatically started piling up on him because the media houses have everybody is singing about this Jamaican team and what they're looking and what they're right now. They have us as one of the pre-tournament favorites in the boss, man. They are looking at Jamaica to win it all, brother.
Yeah.
Win it all, That the man. So why? I just pray that they can really come good, and meet the expectations, because right now the expectation is high, and I'm not talking about Jamaicans, talking about outsiders. The expectation is really high. Help me out here now, Zidane. I get to understand that there are two other players on the Everton side that might be eligible to play for Jamaica. Yeah. You have any knowledge of that?
No, not sure who those are.
Well, I was hearing a YouTuber, but so everything I can catch, run with from running YouTube.
Well, there's a lot of Jamaican connection in England, so it will be surprising.
So what one of this YouTuber was saying is that if Gray comes here and is treated favorably and and he has a good experience, it would harbor well for us, because there are two other players that are eligible. On the Everton side, so you can check that out for us.
I will definitely do so.
But I am really going to zone in on this World Cup here to really see, because really and truly on paper is a big team.
Man, we're not struggling to pick the starting lineup in terms of the attacking players, my boss.
Yes, man.
Yeah, so what a top player will miss out, on the starting lineup,
Right. Yeah. And what you think? You think Gray should automatically?
Me like Gray. I like Gray. I like him a lot as a player.
I feel so too, brother.
I'll put him in the starting lineup, definitely.
Right. Also, I heard that Pinnock will be joining the team
after the US game.
After the US game. So
let's see how that pans out.
Yeah, let us see how that pans out. But I wish them well.
Yeah, man.
And for the coach's sake, I wish the.
What time is the game again? It's 8 or 7:30.
8:30. No, 8:30 and 9.
When I look at this, when I'm reading the build up to this game. The US coach, you wonder how serious they take the Gold Cup as opposed to Jamaica. So out of the US 23 players, for example,
yes,
only 9 of them have more than 10 caps now.
Yeah, but I can tell you this in Orville.
And only 5 are regulars. That's what
I can tell you this, Orville. The American public mark hard, and I can tell you, if this US team go there and flop, the coach.
All right. In other words, while we have picked our best squad, clearly,
yes,
the US coach is basically seeing this World Cup as trial and error.
Right, but I'm saying if it backfires and they should say
you think the US
in the second round. Well, I am telling you, if they should drop out in the second round.
No, man. Let's say they get to the semi-final. I know we.
No, man, not about semi-final. Based on the team that he picked.
Yeah.
Right? Because some media even call it the C team, They don't even call it D team, they call it C team.
Yeah.
And I'm saying if it should backfire on him, then I'm going to mark him hard. Because right away now, I hear some saying that they should inject some of the players from the Nation League into this team, because
they don't want to take any chances on their home.
Right, they don't want to take any chances. Right, on their home.
All right.
We'll see how we go. Correction. Big up yourself.
We'll take a break. We'll play the music and then we'll come to others when they come back.
Big things I've won on my Excel.
Big discount for the civil servants.
Big things I've won on my Excel.
On my Excel cause the important.
Big things I've won on my Excel.
Government work are significant.
Nurses, teachers, firemen, police, all civil servants. Big things are happening at Excel Auto Parts. 50% discount on all your Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, Honda, Mazda, Suzuki, and Subaru parts. Excel Auto, your auto parts hub. 95.5 Agni Park Road, Kingston 10. Telephone 923-2356
or 426-1769.
Today is the day to push past my limits. Escape my comfort zone, I won't live within it. Building energy from my mind and body. Be all I can be, this version of me. I won't give up, no, I never stop. Boost me up, boost me up, boost me up, boost me up.
One glass of Suppligent has 8 vitamins and minerals and is power-packed with protein to maintain healthy muscle mass. The day is yours. Suppligent boosts you up.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so
music. We also missed it at 2 o'clock. So brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. This is from Rondell Positive and featuring Jermaine Edwards. You have been there. No, it's Sanchez. We don't reach there. Sanchez, springtime.
Dear Father, as I'm on my knees, I pray for the dwellings of this earth and also my enemies. Springtime, days over now, it's springtime. I pray my wife and my kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all are feeling fine. Just put our troubles and our worries behind. You can put all your trust in the Father, cause I know He's so kind. Some people call on the Father when they are so in need, but I will call on the Savior, cause He's always there for me. Springtime, work is over now, it's springtime. I pray my wife and my kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all are feeling fine. Just put our troubles and our worries behind. You can put all your trust in the Father, cause I know He's so kind. If Jah was ever like mankind, maybe the sun wouldn't shine. Cause we have broke His commandments and displeased Him so many times. For prayer a day, and I'm okay. Prayer a day, keep the devil away. Prayer a day, with Jah I'll stay. Prayer a day, yeah. Some people are so hard to believe that faith move a mountain and a prayer is the key. Hard to believe that there is hope for you and me. It's springtime, work is over now, it's springtime. I pray my wife and my kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all are feeling fine. Just put the troubles and our worries behind. You can put all your faith in the Father, cause I know He's so kind. It's easier for a camel to go through a needle line than an eagle to see the face of the Most High. Prayer a day, and I'm okay. Prayer a day, keep the devil away. Prayer a day, with Jah I'll stay. Prayer a day, yeah. Some people are so hard to believe that faith move a mountain and the prayer is the key. Hard to believe that there's still hope for you and me. It's springtime, what is over now, it's springtime. I pray my wife and my kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all are feeling fine. Just put the troubles and our worries behind. You can put all your faith in the Father, cause I know He's so kind. Some people call on the Father when they are so in need, but I will call on the Savior, cause He's always there for me. Springtime, work is over now, it's spring. Bring my wife and my kids and my friends and my neighbors, they all do so fine. Prayer a day, and I'm okay. Prayer a day, keep the devil away. Prayer a day, with Jah I'll stay.
All right, Prayer Day by Sanchez, brought to you by Edge Campaigns for people who dream in color. We'll go back to the phone lines. Dr. Paphos.
Hello, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I want to start with shipping port and I want to end with shipping port. That's why I tell you I have time for shipping port. Shipping port just put a big white smile across my face a while ago. Shipping port called the name of players when I shared bench time with Trevor Appleton, Diggy Henry, and now deceased, our dearly beloved brother, Follies. Remind me, Orville, wasn't Follies at Reno for a short while, or he went straight to Wadada?
Follies Williams. I don't remember him at Reno.
I think so. It's jogging my memory somewhere because he was the centre back in Rusty that at Cornwall we never ever liked Follies. No jokes, you cannot pass him. In fact, when the ball touch him forward, he just spring forward. I don't know how we do it. So and shipping port as much as he went through the list excellently. Even if I have 2 star player from Wadada, one named Anthony Toffiband, the wily Anthony Toffiband, mash up any defender, and another forward named Weaver Budmaro. But he called players. I'm glad Sean come on and said 20 bucks. I shared bench time with those guys and I enjoyed them.
When it's a bench time, you were a
I
player as well?
No. I was assistant coach for Trevor Appleton, Diggy Henry, and Follies. Yes, that's documented. I work with Gene Gray.
Okay.
Gene Town familiar? Yes,
yeah, man. Gene Gray, the big man behind the arena, man.
Yes, sir. So I want to go to your player now. Before I go to your player, I want to call him up another player. You remember JDF had a team in the competition at the time, but there was a JDF player that never played for JDS named Worm.
No.
Oh, there was a brother. So there were brothers, but I think he was a defender. He never played for JDF. He played for Reno. Bad defender. Remember a player named Carntail?
Capel Donaldson, man.
Oh, you know, man. So Carntail played with your player, Wappy King.
Yes.
Orville, I have
no,
never...
but remember me rate Carntail from him. I play for Rossies and I play Mannings.
Absolutely.
And Sean Rodney alone where we don't get 8 and 10 of it.
Yes, sir. Remember, Carl, I beat you bad Sibby. Leave that alone. Wappy King is the only player in my entire life I've ever seen control a ball in his chest like I said. But hold on. In the rain, I make 2-3 strikes on his chest. You see him put it up on his foot? I will wet ball ever lick it, man.
Yes, indeed.
Thing wicked. When him kick it off of the goal. Look, it's when they go over the top of the goal in the score now. Everybody jump on board. You know the halfway call. Who? Everybody together in synchronism.
Yes.
And that Wappy King. You see when it going at the goal, we'll keep a duck. Why? The broke part of you. I saw Wappy King kick them. I enjoyed those players named called a while ago by Shipping Port. And the last thing about Shipping Port, I tell you, I have time for it. He speaks about a particular sport. Isn't it the player that speaks about horse racing, Shipping Port?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Shipping Port brings to this program a time of the week that I'm elsewhere doing other things, not talking to anybody. Yeah, you can't figure that out. Yeah. So I can't participate at that time of the weekend, and I can't participate in that sport, either by watching at that time of the weekend or by the other add-on industry that comes with it. So when Shipping Port comes and can speak about horses, the times that they run, I have time for when Shipping Port is online. Everybody don't have to stop because I like Shipping Port. Shipping Port, big up itself.
Yeah.
Look, the man just put out big white. I'm sure you can hear the smile, Orville.
Yes.
Across my face a while ago. He called players that I physically touched. Because when game don't negotiate the player, the man just to save.
Yeah,
big
literally.
Shipping Port.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from the program by calling, just by listening, but can't help it. This one I couldn't help. I could not help it.
All right.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, sir. That's all.
All right, Dr. Paphos. Big up. Who we have now, Asta? Lines are available? Oh, lines are available, people. Sean Grant is saying so. 876-968-8117. That's 876-968-8117. Text voice note line is 876-828-0925. That's 876-828-0925. Call through now and let.
Boy, I mean, I tell you, Shipping Port does a jog back my memory. You know? Shipping Port is taking back us to a time when
football nice down the West.
Yeah, man. That's that Rossi's team, you see, with Capel Donaldson. And I've said it ad nauseum on this program. Capel Donaldson was a Savlamar man. You know? I know Rossi's, I know Hanover come from. You know? So Capel Donaldson, Donald Hewitt, were all from Sav. Well, in and around Sav. I don't know if directly Sav. So on a Sunday evening, for example, when you go over to Savsec, you have a virgin in Ludlow, we live on Rose Street in a Sav, and so down a Ludlow yard sometime. When Bala play over Savsec, it is now, I think, Godfrey Stewart now. Carntail and Donald and half of the Rossi side would be there with the Mannings man in my place Sunday evening ball, you know. And they wanted so badly to come to Mannings, you know. His Mannings would have the big side of the 80s if with a different principle, you know. The Mannings were Rossi's. And so when Mannings played Rossi's in Doncaster Cup football, the Rossi's man them, boy, I mean, I tell you, these people them with no Agla Wilson. You know what I mean? Them used to have a youth named Fuma Smith. Boy, I mean, I tell you, those were the days. Everybody harks back to his own time and his own era, but me not think football is like that. Then time D Cup start 3 o'clock or 3:30. I think 3:30 was the preferred time. Mannings are over 2:40. I don't know why 2:40 as opposed to 3 o'clock. You say by school for over 2:40. Over the school ram.
Ram.
Lord of his
Car.
Boy, me I tell you. When I tell you, the time me know say, is one bus from Sav go White House. I mean, you live in. And you know, say after 4:35, that miss you.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, say you're beggar driver, boomer driver and thing, and you know Bibs are quarreling, but you take the quarreling.
Quarreling, yeah, miss the game.
But then you could have quarreled in the week, man. I go and be at the game. Anyway, hello.
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 Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Leon here.
Leon, what's up?
Yeah, man, I'm good. So Higgins.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it's not people find it difficult to understand what you're saying, you know.
It's what?
It's just that you change so much time that we have a hard time keeping up.
What have I changed from?
Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anytime you say something where no go so you can just chip in and say, and I say go here.
All right.
All right. Steve Smith and the Brian Lava. Yesterday, Orville came and said with the runs per innings, if a batsman going on the West Indies have 40 lick off, the runs per innings will come down.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Start out with that. I think a caller by Chuck call a few calls after that.
No, Chuck didn't call after that.
No, few calls.
Who?
Chuck, the taxi driver or something like that, man.
He called after that?
Yeah, man. Somebody did call after that.
I'm not sure if it was. I don't think it was Chuck, but go ahead.
All right. It was a caller then, and they was given an instance of a game. And Harvey said, no, I don't want anything about a game. Tell me about over a career. Tell me over a career. Remember, you know, Harvey just give an instance in a game where the runs per inning average have come down, you know.
No, man, no. You've misunderstood.
And then when Chuck give an instance about a game, because remember, I will give an instance about a game, so Chuck will come with an instance of a game. I will say, no, I don't want a game. Give me over a career. So that is one instance.
I think what he's saying is that you gave a game example when somebody was given a game example.
The point I'm making is that runs per innings will come down once you're not out on less than your average.
Yeah, but Orville, when somebody
so that's a principle. That's a principle when you're restricted to no one game.
When somebody come to an instant with a game, you say, no, you're not.
No, man, it depends. It depends.
It depends now.
Yes,
right,
it does.
Let's go again, Mr. Matthews.
Yes.
Do I Shatu call again? And do I Shatu at the end of his call, he said if Steve Smith make 20 not out the next innings, supposed to 70 out, his average will go up with the 20 not out and come down with the 70 out.
Mm-hmm.
I will, after Mr. Dwight Shatu hang up, I will laugh and say, it is unreasonable to say, Mr. Smith,
batting as a top order, yes.
Top order, I'm going to make 20 not out.
Mm-hmm.
A call after that. And when the caller hang up, you get a text message. And you say to Orville, you get a text message. And them say if a batsman at number 3 make 100 and a batsman at number 4 make 100, which one did better? Orville say, no. Let's use 30.
Let's use 30?
Let's use 30 instead of 100. Remember, you know, Dwight Shatu just use 20 not out, you know.
Hold on. I'm not even sure.
Hold on. Leon, we're coming back.
Visit Garrett Trading and Installation at 169 Constant Spring Road and 10 to 12 Cleardale Avenue for all your tiling and classic stone needs. Call 876-634-9773. The time by Garrett Trading is 2:30.
Here's great news for men 40 years or older with an NHF card. The PSA test for prostate cancer is now a new benefit. Use your NHF card and get a discount of $1,600 for one PSA test each year. Pay less for your PSA test and take charge of your health. Contact NHF for labs accepting NHF card for the PSA test. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
A message from the National Health Fund.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers pride themselves in being professionals in the field of insurance broking, claim settlement, and risk management services for over 35 years. We offer a wide range of insurance services including motor, property, liability, accident, life, and international health for individuals and companies at competitive rates. Call 926-3572 or visit 7.5 Haining Road, Kingston 5 or shop number 3, James Plaza, Mandeville. Call 625-6804 or visit online spectrumjamaica.com. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standards.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
Top seed Carlos Alcaraz reached his first quarterfinal on grass with a straight set win at Queens over Jiri Lekicha. Alcaraz cruised past his 21-year-old Czech opponent 6-2, 6-3. Queens is just the third tournament of the US Open champion and recent French Open semi-finalist has played on grass. Alcaraz, who has won a Grand Slam title and held the number one spot in the world this year, is competing at Queens for the first time, having played at Wimbledon in 2021 and 2022. That is Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes. You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, Ruption.
I'm on Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Leon.
Yeah, go back to what you were saying again.
Yeah, man, I was saying when Dwight Shattu was hanging up, he was using the instant of the 20 not out and the 70 out. And you berated him for using 20 not out because a number 3 batsman is impossible. Or not really impossible, but more than likely not to happen for a batsman coming at number 3 or 4 to make 20 not out. But when Zidane get a text about a number 3 batsman making 100 and a number 4 batsman making 100 out, you say, no, let's not use 100, let's use 30.
Let's use 30 for what? What was that?
30 not out versus 30 not out.
But 30 out. So you want to use 30 to bring home your point, but Shattu cannot use 20 to bring home his point. You want to use in-game scenario to bring home your point, but when somebody comes with an in-game, you say you don't want to hear in-game, you want to hear a career. So I'm just pointing out those things. So we cannot.
I hear you, but I don't even know what to argue because my argument is
you keep changing. So
I am saying let us judge people. Let us judge people of our career. That is my
but
my general argument.
You want to use in game to bring on your point.
No,
so come with an in game.
No, I would prefer not to come with no in game scenario. I said
no, but sometimes you bring it up first. Sometimes you bring it up. Sometimes when we call now, so we have to attack the point we bring up with the next point to prove, say, go so. But the point where Chateau, and I hope him a listen. So
He's
really
listening. He's listening, and he will be coming.
He may really have to call back to them because I think most of the persons listening to him kind of get the understanding of what he said.
And the people not get the understanding of what I'm saying.
No, they understand you as well.
Oh, they do.
But I think Dwight's point is more potent.
How much are you prepared to bet that Dwight would not debate this topic?
For me, Mr. Higgins, I used to play cricket when I was younger, but I used to love it. Even right now, my sister, and I brought my sister nose with a golf ball we were playing cricket with. Even right now, if she go in the sun, our nose start to bleed. So
you broke her nose when you were smaller.
Yeah, playing with a golf ball using play cricket.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to love it back then, but getting older, I stick to football. So the point that I really got from Dwight's argument is that the not out is a very much inflated thing to use.
I wanted to ask Dwight this yesterday, and I'm asking you now.
No, so just 1 second, I'm finished, Mr. Higgins.
Oh, so you're not finished yet?
No, for me, I got that point. And Zidane, tell me if this is wrong or not talk foolishness. For me, what I get from Chateau, when I am going forward now, comparing two batsmen, like two great batsmen, I want to look at the not out first. So if the not outs are close, never use the average. And if the not out, like say in Shanda Paul, not out 49 or Brian Lauer, not out 6, I go run for innings. Oh, that's all.
Why you would do it like that?
No, because the not out would have be so much in favor of the person who not out the more time.
Also, you're saying you might not get a true reflection of who better.
Not get a true reflection. So if the not outs are close, say for instance between 0 and 5.
What if there are two top order batsmen?
Yes, so if there are two top order batsmen.
Because Shiv would have batted lower down the order.
No, as I'm saying, it don't really matter.
So if there are two top order batsmen, man, the man we look at not out would have an argument, man. So if me bat at number 3, I mean,
because Shiv batted at 6,
he
have an advantage with the not out.
Yeah, but if a two
number 4,
yeah, man.
What I'm saying, Zidane, you see, if the not out didn't give it the average so much advantage, probably.
No, man, but what Orville is going to tell you now, I mean, I agree, no. If me bat at number 3, my boss, I may end up make a lot of runs, and I'm left not out. Me understand the credit being given for not being out at all.
No, but yeah, you can't get
as opposed to someone about this bat make 100 and then them lick him away after a while.
Zidane, you can't get the credit now.
Yes.
But what I'm saying, as in Orville, what I say, in basketball is overrated. You give it a percentage, But for me, where Chateau shows me is that it is too much.
But you know
too much is given to the batsman.
The point
so
that Chateau
you can give the advantage, but to me
it's too much.
It's too much.
Well, it's unfair. Fair enough.
The difference between me and Chateau's position, is that Chateau wants to judge batsmen
purely.
No. What they do game by game, which is where runs per innings concerned, and which is why I keep saying, telling me what to do game by game is one thing, but I want to know what you did as a block. So what Knockouts really do, Knockouts is not unfair, Knockouts doesn't tell you what you do per game, and that is the issue why I don't think it's unfair. Knockouts only tell you how many runs you make before people out you. So
if you're not out,
in other words,
why use it against you? Knockouts it don't work against you.
In other words, Dwight's runs per innings method tells me what you do game by game, which is fair. But I'm saying, no, I'm saying I want to know what do you do generally before people out you. So I'm not interested in what you do in another game and why you do in another game and why you do in another game and why you do in another game. I'm saying taking your career 170 at time your bat, and people used to find it hard for out your end block.
Mr. Higgins, are two different sports though, but where you used to judge Maradona over Messi sometimes, minute by minute.
No, man, the stats not available in a football.
No, but you say minute by minute. So the game by game would have give you a more true reflection of what a batsman do over a career. One last time before me.
Yes.
Say, since Chateau come with this, we can do some more research over this innings by innings. And say two batsmen can do the same amount of runs. The 10,000 runs, 200 innings. B, batsman number A, batsman A, more century, more in 50 to 100 in conversion, everything, and one thing in B favor, and
It makes him average more.
If you calculate 200 innings and number B, he not out 50 times, and out of the number A, out of A, he not out all 200 times. You know, so out of the 10,000 runs, A would have a 50 average, and B with only the not out on his side will average 66.6.
Oh, I wasn't following numbers, but
I hear you. I understand where you come. We know this.
It is too much.
We know the argument is for and against.
The not out is too much.
All right.
Especially when you're comparing a batsman with a very high not out and a batsman with a very low not out.
Is the first time you're calling Leon?
No, man, I call.
Give yourself another name because the other Leon kind of bramble. We don't want to mix you up with him.
Little lad.
Little lad. All right, little lad.
Yeah.
Big up. Call us again.
All
right, Ruption.
Ruption.
Hey, Zidane, what's up, man?
I'm here, Ruption. How you do, man?
I'm there, I know. Hey, Zidane, you hear I get this morning?
No, I didn't listen down to this morning.
Them I get said, them I will give Messi the Ballon d'Or for this fool World Cup. Somebody in their right mind can say something like that. Just the man said that.
Man, I started big World Cup as fool.
You could have put all sports on the planet together, no bigger than the World Cup.
Boy, I get you something else. But Messi don't have to win. Alan can't win it, you know.
All right. It must have Alan to get it. And that must have Alan to get it.
Then nobody would have a problem in the war over that, my boss.
Because he must have through the full World Cup.
But the World Cup play a part, my boss. It's as a tournament. It's a big top tournament and it's difficult to play well in.
Zidane, most of the people them we call the sports show them. They have a mind of them own. Them cannot think for themselves. They just pick up something like a magnet or a sponge. This morning, such man, all morning must say, we will put more respect on Whitmore name. I'm going to hear this, man. So, you're not telling them to put more respect on Pep Guardiola name?
Oh, Tapa would have taken over a team with a lot of resources and the best players generally in the country.
Exactly. And he must say people to put more respect on Tapa name. But every day you come, you talk down and head.
And Mount Pleasant have more money relative to the other teams in the Premier League than Pep at Man City versus the other teams in the Premier League.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, you have Chelsea, man, you have a whole lot of money, you know.
So Mount Pleasant's advantage
is greater
than Pep's advantage.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Orville.
Hold on. But they mention my name today again?
No.
No, man. Somebody tell me.
No, I wasn't listening to this.
Hey.
Yes, man.
They mention my name.
Yeah, man. Because remember say she work the century, you know. You
yeah, man. They mention me.
Yeah.
You know what's my name I have to mention? Me say the man not mention my name straight. Okay, here's what I want to tell you. How can a man who says he's an alpha male, no man no more male than a man, keep calling up somebody's name who none can't talk about him at all? That's not very girly, my lord.
Exactly. That we're not going to say a while ago. That just girl is the truth.
I mean, a man and you used to part.
But
I and the man and part. Him love you. Are you depend on the man every day, man? I say you're an alpha male?
Orville.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, Steve Smith and Lara.
Yeah.
It's just one solution to it. Let me tell you, is the solution.
What's that?
It's just a beauty contest.
That's what it is.
That's all it is, Zidane. It's just a beauty contest.
Yep.
Because you see, Steve Smith was a Jamaican.
Oh God.
I said that the other day, you know.
Oh God.
Said they wouldn't have so much pushback against
Steve Smith was a Jamaican. It would like this. Steve Smith the way with God.
Yeah.
We don't worship Steve Smith. So when you look at it, it's just a beauty contest.
That is what it
Nothing else. Just a beauty contest.
If Steve Smith was West Indian and I had 30 at century averaging 60, and Brian Lara was an Australian, Steve Smith would have said. You remember in the 30s and 40s that George Ed Louis saying, you know? Because he was ours. Bradman was scoring more runs, you know. And the Australians used to say Headley was the black Bradman. And we in the Western said, no. Bradman is the white Headley.
Hold the line,
we are going to defend my one. That's all.
Hold the line, Rupture.
No,
Yeah,
for real.
All right, pick up yourself, Rupture. Pick up. We take a break.
Get running. Stay fit with the latest brands and styles at Western Sports. Running, walking, trekking. Western Sports has the shoe just for you. The time by Western Sports is
2:45. Get quality cars from Acorn Sales Auto Limited, located at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center. Need a car from Japan or United Kingdom or special order? Call 876-616-4777 or WhatsApp 876-333-5555. They assist with registration, transfer, and license. Just visit Acorn Sales Auto at Lot 53 West Tradeway, Portmore Town Center for quality cars at competitive prices.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yeah, man, back with you.
Yeah, CC, you're here.
Hello?
Yeah, CC.
Yes, you not hearing me?
Oh, it's Mr. P. This,
Yeah,
not
man.
CC here. Yes, sir, P.
Yeah, me I listen for Orville.
Yeah, man, with that, I hear you know.
Yeah, but then when I just say sport this, I me talk to you, me never hear.
Yeah, man, we're listening. We're hearing you well, loud and clear.
Yeah, cool.
Mr. P, you're live, you know?
Orville.
Yes.
Sorry about that, man. And Tuesday, a guy called, you see? And said, when Steve Smith come, Australia gone 170 for 2.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Rooney
Who was the
attack.
person?
Rooney.
Yeah. And then what surprises me, after the guy get off, right? You said Warner of 13 partners, batting partners, right?
Opening partners.
So why you mention that, Arvin?
Because if the Australian opening stand was as successful as it was,
yeah,
it wouldn't be changing.
David Warner wouldn't have so many opening
Okay,
partners.
I'm glad to say that.
Yeah.
No, the opening stand, the guy said, when him come, it's 2 wicket fall, you know. So that means it's either the 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, right?
Yes.
So when him say, when you mention about the failure of the openers then, that don't make much, you know, because if the number 3 fail, that is the position. Because him say when him come is 172 for 2. And you mention about the openers failed. Every opener failed. Only one about. But the number 3 batsman make run.
My job had bad enough. You know, sometimes I think one of those. Mr. P.
Yeah? Just understand what
But remember, Orville went on to say that he made the point that Steve Smith used to bat at 3.
Steve Smith.
No.
So that's why you brought in.
Zidane, what the guy said, when Steve Smith come,
man, I know, man, but you left out the part. You left out
172 for 2.
Yeah, but you left out the part when Orville corrected him and said Steve Smith batted at 3 as well.
Steve Smith's most successful batting period was batting at 3. Yeah. You never hear him say that.
And then he went on to say that Warner would have changed multiple partners. It means that they were so Steve was coming when wicket was falling.
You never hear him say Steve Smith averaged 67 batting at 3.
3 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying,
Mr. P, listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rooney's argument is that the average score when Steve Smith stepped is 170 for 2.
Yeah.
I then pointed out to Rooney that Steve Smith spent about 15 test matches batting at 3. And it is there that he was most successful, averaging 67 with a 57 strike rate, which is better than in average and in strike rate now. So I made that point. I also made the point that the opening partnership can't be all that successful because David Warner, who is their constant opener over the last few years, has had 12 or 13 different partners. And you don't have 12 or 13 partners unless there's a problem at the top, which means that the opening slot used to get liquid fairly routine.
Arvin, well, forgive me because me never hear about the number 3. You know?
Yeah, man, he
Oh,
put,
you
the-
never,
he
you
put,
never.
he put the part with the openers with the number 3.
That's
point.
why when you
Yeah.
mentioned about the openers, I say, watch out. The number 3 batsman not come here and make one.
No, man, he made 2 points. So you probably missed the number
Well,
3
me never
part.
hear that.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
So forgive me because that's what me say. Why you mention the openers them? Because if they work, the other 3, the other 30.
Yeah, man, he mentioned them when he mentioned Steve Batting.
Okay, all right then, cool.
Yes. All right. Mr. P. You never hear when he mentioned no, man, nobody kill him, man. Because if he never hear, never hear.
But at the same time, the same time when we talk about the opening partnership, them not that great for Australia, which is why I
intertwine it with the number 3.
I said that, but this man's best position is at number 3.
Yes.
When Australia come one down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I tell you.
All right, CC now.
CC. Or if not CC, who are they? Hello. With Sean and Craig lining up somebody. All right. In the meantime, let me just give the numbers. 876-968-8117. Call through, let your voice be heard. We go back online. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
You hearing me now, Orville?
Yes, CC.
I don't know, look like man, they want to cut me off, man. I don't understand.
Big caller like you.
I tell you, man, but Orville, may I ask you a question? If you play 50 innings and you're not out 50 times, what's your average?
You don't have average.
Wait, you don't have average?
No.
So then how we are going to measure you? Right now, that means you're a Superman then, man.
You're unmeasurable.
You're immeasurable.
Because your batting average is amount of times, amount of runs divided by amount of time.
Runs divided by dismissal.
Yeah, and if you're not dismissed, you're not no average.
You have never been dismissed, you know. Yeah. So then I'm asking you a question, Orville. You know something wrong with that?
What should I see wrong with that?
No, I'm just asking.
It means that nobody can out you. That's it means. And if you're a top order batsman and nobody can out you, I am going to give you some credit for that.
Curtis, I think, Peterson, but he would qualify in our analysis still because a 2 test match in play.
No, man, forget this, mister. I don't even want to hear what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing?
No, you have a brother named Andy Gantoum who play 1 test match and make 100 and never play again. You have a brother named Desmond Lewis who was a Jamaican who averaged 80, you know. But him play 3 tests.
But
so we're not talk them.
But I'm saying to you, it's left to the possibility of a man can actually average infinity.
Yes, but if a man is good enough as a top order batsman, for bat 50 times and never out yet, then that man not the greatest thing about football cricket.
Top order, that's why I say if this batsman is at number 6 and he's never been out, or never really judge it.
And it's not a case, and him have runs.
And him have runs.
Then so the greatest if you bat 50 times and nobody not out your 50 times, and you would have faced whole heap of ball and have whole heap of runs, then you're not better than
I score. I make like between 50 to 70 runs. In another time there.
And nobody not out you.
And you not get out.
Then you're not the greatest ever whole cricket back then, man.
But then remember, I say I got to take into consideration opposition because you can have a man over 1 part. Right now, I feel like you have man probably average 100, but because of where he plays,
average 100.
I got to discuss that.
Average 100 in our Test cricket.
Yeah, man, but I said because of where he plays.
No, man, nobody average 100 in Test cricket, no matter where you play.
But remember, I said Bradman, if he was not out in the last game when he played, and scored 4 runs, he would have averaged 100.
Yeah.
Then that's why I'm saying if you really look into it, but then if you look at Bradman's, that's why them say the batting average is basically an estimate of what the batting man, what the player could have averaged if him.
No, I'm not getting that they could have. The batting average
but
is.
That's what I'm saying. It's an estimated average, actually, you know.
It is what you do before people out you.
But that is why I'm saying it's an estimate of it.
So is runs per. All right. So is runs per. All right.
Runs per innings is an actually the runs that you score.
No, sir. Runs per if your runs per innings is 44, you were not making 44 every time you bat.
No, you're not making 44 every time. Runs per innings is average, you know.
Exactly. It's just another way of calculating average.
It's an average because it's the average runs per innings.
Exactly.
I think people should.
So one is the average runs per innings, and the other is the other one is average.
Different way of calculating it.
Yes,
Just a different way of
runs per inning is how much.
One is the average runs you score before you
get out. And me think the average amount of runs you score before you get out is a better indication of your quality than runs per inning.
Yeah, but all right, look into this now, Orville. You mentioned Garrett Batty, where Brian Lara beat up his ball.
Yes.
But then there's another guy who did a ball against something there. I think at the time when the ratings, when he got the highest rating in Avenheim career, Steve Smith. There was a guy, I don't remember his name, clearly, but that guy was averaging. That guy basically 100 average. I'm bowling average.
Who? Come again.
All right, remember they played against England. And I think that's the series where his ratings went up to 947, which is the all-time ratings of them have, the highest ratings ever.
Yeah, and the highest ratings ever for anybody except Bradman. Show that to you.
For him, yeah. So if you want to put it like that, then for anybody except Bradman.
Yes.
He was against England, the number 5 ranked team at the time. However, there was a bowler in that series that is his career is averaging 100 runs.
Oh. No, but remember, the batting peak isn't just about one game or 2 games.
No, but remember, Orville, in the series, every game that you play, all right, for test series, every game that you play, you get points. So he would have played the game before, and he would have probably been at 941, and then he got some points.
Right, so I'm saying, but to get to 940, but remember, every batsman starts at 0.
Yeah, every batsman starts at 0.
So I'm saying, don't just tell me that he got to 947 because of what I'm doing a one-half game. He started like every other batsman at 0. So if to get to 947 is an accumulation of all that you would have done leading up to 947.
But I tell you,
so it is not the game before that when I'm doing something we're bringing to 947.
It's not the game alone before that, but remember.
So it is an accumulation of what you were doing before.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say
at that game, it.
Yeah, we're not saying no, but what I'm trying to say to you is this. With Brian Lara came into a team where his team is not on par to Steve Smith's team. So even though he starts at 0, he needs the team to be winning certain amount of tests.
Which is the one part of that ranking criteria that I agree is unfair to Brian.
Look at it like this: if you is a star batsman in a game in your team, right? And your team leads that game leads to a victory for your team.
No, man, I don't agree. I'm saying I don't think it.
Know what I can say. To compare Steve Smith and Brian Lara is not an asinine comparison because they are two all-time great batsmen.
Yes.
So the thing, what I can say to you as a West Indian, I wouldn't. For example, when you say that, you would say, "More come up for that topic and come on talk about the reggae boys thing." But like I said, last thing, Panis, is that when you are saying that, persons would say, "All right, Brian Lara for them king because he's West Indian." I think that there are certain batsmen in the game were kind of sacred. It's Brian Lara, Sachin Tendulkar, Viv Richards. So them batsmen, once you mention them name, people are gonna feel irritated that you're comparing even a modern day player with them player. But I feel like Steve Smith is making a name for himself to be in that criteria. Where years from now you might mention Steve Smith name versus one next man will come up and a man feel away. Say I mentioned a man against Steve Smith. But I think because Steve Smith is still playing, it is very difficult for some people.
No man, all right, my time now. While Brian Lara was still playing, people were saying him is the best. You think when Brian Lara done, we as the man have Brian as the best.
Yeah, look at it like this, Tony Orville. Remember, said Brian Lara once topped the rankings for both one day.
No. You are telling me that the people only feel away because Steve Smith is still playing.
Yeah, Brian, if you tell me say something there, who can say with Chris Gayle? If you told me
no, I'm talking Brian Lara was.
I understand, but I'm saying that
no man, are you wanna talk? I'm saying Brian Lara was regarded as among the best. The people who rate him as the greatest them ever see. I know when him done, them decide that.
All right.
Then they decide that why him
one thing I can say is this.
So why me can't say Steve? Why me have to wait till Steve done?
No. I think that Brian Lara for me is a greater batsman overall to Steve Smith. You know why? No. Brian Lara was once the best batsman in one day and test cricket. Steve Smith has never been the best batsman.
No man, test cricket me at that. Nice try.
I'm saying a better batsman.
Test cricket me at that.
Hold on, CC. We're coming. Hold on. We're coming.
Yeah.
Men 40 years and older, use your NHF card and pay $1,600 less for your PSA test for prostate cancer. The time by NHF is
3 o'clock.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Use bleach. Diluted household bleach solutions can be used if appropriate for the surface. Never mix household bleach with ammonia or any other cleanser. Unexpired household bleach will be effective against coronaviruses when properly diluted. Prepare a bleach solution by mixing.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Yes.
Final minute.
Yeah, so final minute. So my team for the World Cup Saturday against US is Blake in goal, Brown, Damian Lowe, Deshaun Bernard, Amari Bell. That's my back line. Bobby Reed, Leon Bailey. You have Joel Latibodier and DJ in the midfield. DJ and Joel Latibodier in at the midfield too. Bobby Reed and Leon Bailey out wide. Gray playing the bottom striker and Antonio playing the top striker. So Gray is playing the second striker.
Uno using Brown over the what name? Lembisika.
Because Lembisika plays.
Me no rate Brown, brother.
Me no rate Brown still.
I don't see Javian Brown starting.
I would be surprised if that.
Yo, I think I don't rate Brown.
I notice most 11s don't have the youth name Russell.
Yeah, I don't rate Brown for start, but me I tell you, for me though, at this I think this is alright. If you go say Lembikisa, but Lembikisa kind of shot. But if you use Lembikisa, I can alright with that. The reason why I say me use Brown because me have Bobby Reed playing in front of him. Bobby Reed can give me a little cover with the work rate that Bobby Reed have over that side. Leon Bailey, me would switch Leon Bailey much with Bobby Reed even on the wing because I think Bailey work rate now I'm gonna match up if you have Brown over there. So we're gonna get pressured on that side a lot. I'm gonna think Amari Bell work rate works best if Bailey is on that side. But I think as I said, me have on Gray, Demarai Gray, with Antonio playing up top because I think that what Demarai Gray brings to the game in terms of I think he might be the one where them are gonna give a free roll.
Speed and trickery and movement.
Yeah, man, I think Demarai Gray a lot to offer. If Demarai Gray can give we some of what I watch him in the Premier League do, we have stand a good.
Yeah, man, it's a dangerous baller, man. Talent wise, I don't see any much better English player coming into Jamaica than him, you know. Talent.
Yeah, man, I think you can say it, Zidane. I say two things. The Messi are going to win the Ballon d'Or, deservedly so. Number one, that. So I don't know why someone are up on it still.
But you know what they're crying about?
Yeah,
Messi was brilliant in the French league.
Messi
he was the best player in the World Cup.
But
let's understand what they're crying about.
French league, when you have a World Cup, remember, in 1990, the man who win the World Cup, I think, 94, Romario, I think, win Ballon d'Or. 98, Zidane win it. 2002, Ronaldo
win it in 98.
Zidane win it 98?
No.
Or 99, but I
think it was Ronaldo won it in 98.
No, man, I think Ronaldo win it 97, 98. But even so, I'm telling you that when you have a World Cup season,
if you were good overall, and then you're outstanding at the World Cup, you're in the mix
of overall, and then you add the World Cup to the World Cup will be a bonus.
The only way you're brilliant at the World Cup and in a contention is if you were woeful outside of the World Cup. Messi was a woeful outside of the World Cup, so I get much up.
Erling Allen never.
I get so silly, I'm so like a hater now,
Erling Allen never have the decisive moments for City.
The most difficult games in the Champions League he was missing.
Yeah, man,
he was missing the FA Cup final as well, my boss.
Yeah, Messi decided the World Cup for Argentina. And this man never decided the Champions League for City. Because if you look to it, you have got to talk about Gundogan and Bernardo Silva and those guys. Right. Even though it's a team sport, you know. So I really that they come down to
CC.
Yeah, man. So I really that, man.
Leave it there, CC.
I know him can't debate tonight because he had the debate king, you know.
Yeah, may I tell him, man,
so this will shut him up now.
Tell him to come on.
Yeah, big up yourself, CC.
All right.
Yeah, Music brought to you by HK Paints for people who dream in color. Now this one from Rondell Positive featuring Jermaine Edwards. You have been there.
Rondell Positive featuring Jermaine Edwards. Oh yeah. You gave me life when I deserved it. Open my eyes, change my mindset. While I was going down the road of destruction, and my life was in a mess. You saw in me what I couldn't see. Thank you for your grace and mercy. Over sin, you gave me power to live in victory. Took me out of slavery. Oh yes, my past was important. You forgave in an instant. From hell you rescued me. Oh yes, from sinful addictions. God, you gave me resistance. No more I, but you with me. You've been there. You've been there. You've been there for me. You've been there. You've been there. You've been there for me. In my valley, when I couldn't see no one. Oh, Lord, you wrap me in your love and remind me that I'm your son. Oh yeah. Never know I would be here singing this song. Oh yeah. If it wasn't for your love, my life would be lost. Jesus, you've been there. You've been there for me. Jesus, you've been there. God, you've been there for me. You are speaking a good work in you. He's faithful to complete it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not the I, but the Christ in me. He paid all when he died for me, that we can all have liberty. It's not anything that I have done. Through your love I have overcome. Thank you, Lord, for your son. Many times in my life, it came to my eyes, because I knew you were always with me. I went left when you said go right, but you were standing right by my side. You were there, Lord. No matter where I've been, no matter what I did, you've been there. God, you say you never leave nor forsake me. Jesus, you've been there. If I take the wind of the morning and pray.
All right.
Yeah, that was Jermaine Edwards and Rondell Positive. You will be there. We're going to take some text messages now, Sean. And those are brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
All right. Zidane Albion Mountain went and played a 2-day league and ended up won the league, and the winning prize was US $1,000.
So that's 150,000 Jamaican, over 150,000 Jamaican dollars. Okay.
All right. Give me an next one, Sean. Which one the argument? The one that's there today about St. Diego. St. Diego must stop attack the Ras and talk sports. Very poor caller. I'm not going to say anything. Holgate is eligible. Not sure if Godfrey is also. Both from Everton.
Somebody was asking about two other potential Everton players. Correction.
Holgate is eligible. Not sure if Godfrey is also.
Okay.
Give me an next one, Sean.
Well, that's it. All right, those we'll keep sending them in. We'll listen to some voice notes later on. Brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints. We go back to Desmond online.
Hi, Orville.
Yes, Desmond. I see you're a first-time caller.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Zidane and I are
As,
here. This is Orville.
as a matter of fact, I've been listening for years and I've never called
Right.
and waited quite a while just to find out if you guys are aware that the signal is very, very bad. As a matter of fact, we are hearing less of the program than we are hearing of you in Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Catherine. Are you guys aware of that?
Yes, we are aware that people in that side not hearing us at all. Manchester, Clarendon. Where else you said?
St. Catherine.
So
So I'm actually over in St. Catherine now. I did not hear the song on the radio when you started, and it chipped in, and then it chips back out. No, this has been going on for more than a month. I have made several attempts to call the station without success because I noticed that you are on 89.9 only.
Yes.
The other bandwidth we don't pick you up on. So I think they have moved the sports part to 89.9.
Yes.
But it is terrible, man. As a matter of fact, I think a very good product is being destroyed because of this change that the management.
So in those eras that you made mention of, you're hearing the gospel aspect of it pretty clear though, right?
The gospel part. So you can hear gospel. For example, I live in Old Harbor, and you can hear the gospel. That's if you go to 89.1, you hear it. But if you switch to 89.9,
you're struggling.
You are sometimes off for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I mean, I travel into Mandeville from time to time and want to listen to the program. And this has been going on for weeks. I think it is almost disgraceful what is happening to the station, especially the sports decks or the sports aspect of it. I don't see how you guys have lived with it, or your listeners are not complaining about it at all.
I think sometimes the listeners might just switch to the internet stream.
Well, that is what I realized today, that you are actually on Facebook Live.
Yes, and we are.
So I did come on Facebook, and but then you need internet on your phone to be able to do that.
Yes.
I mean, you're driving in your car and you want to hear the station, and you can't pick it up at all, man. It is poor, brother. I really want to say to the management of what is Omega,
yes,
that they are destroying the sports programs because we're not hearing it, and we have to find something else to listen. If it continues like this, then a lot of your loyal listeners are going to probably move elsewhere. I don't know if there's anywhere else to go. But I'm making an appeal. Are you hearing me?
Yes, man, we're listening to you, man.
I am making an appeal to the management of Omega. Gospel is good, but sports is kind of what has brought this station to the fore. I'm amazed that your advertisers have stuck with you, because I'm telling you, this has been going on for about 3 months. Ever since they have moved over to the 89.9. I know that I listen to the program in the afternoons, and it's so distracting, and it's almost heartbreaking what is happening, because you hear it for 5 minutes, then you don't hear it for half hour, then it chips back in, and then it's terrible. It really is bad. Right. And what the man Bishop name?
Bishop Manning.
Yeah, and what is amazing is that I hear nothing apologizing for it. No announcement, no acknowledgement that here's a problem that we are having. It is listeners that keep radio stations going in us. So you don't have advertisers if you don't have listeners. And I know that this program is pretty popular in the afternoons. A number of persons listen to it. We may not call, but we enjoy the discussions on sports and the various other topics, interspersed with, of course, a little gospel music, which probably is an error for a program like this. Nonetheless, I'm still making that appeal that your technicians or your engineers need to look at this, because I'm sure that if something is not done, the program is going to suffer, and the suffering of the program means that your own careers will suffer. I was so angry last week that I was trying to call to tell both yourself and your co-host to consider tendering your resignation if something is not done to sort out the transmitting of the program to the listeners, because we're not hearing the program. I'm if I turn up my radio now in the car, I probably will get another 2 or 3 minutes. Then I will not hear anything for quite a while. Some evenings, nothing at all comes over. And other evenings, you get a little of it and then you get nothing much. This is absolutely disgraceful, sir. The new managers have not done very well in this regard. And I don't know if they are aware, but if they are not aware, I am making them aware that this is happening and it has been happening for too long. And for such a distinguished program to be suffering like this tells me that they don't respect you guys either, because they should provide the medium by which your listeners can hear you. And the fact that we are not able to hear you, or that we are hearing with such distraction, suggests to me that they're not doing very well in terms of caring about the sports program. Maybe the managers want the station to go fully gospel, and then if that is so, they should let it known, because I'm sure that your gifts and talents can be used elsewhere.
Leave it there, Desmond. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Call us again. What would we take the break? We'll take a break. We're coming back.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Design your dream home with Total Hardware and Supplies. We have windows of all sizes on special. Doors galore. Choose from our wide variety of porcelain and ceramic tiles. Experience the best deals on sanitary ware, jacuzzis, shower enclosures, and baths. Just to name it, we have it all. Come on down to Aiken Hill Drive, Pembroke Hall. Call us at 631-7648 or WhatsApp anytime 507-0865. Remember, same-day delivery available. Quality products, great prices. That's the Total Guarantee.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back after that call from Desmond. Let's see who we have next. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Wow.
Good afternoon.
I'll be log on.
Who is this?
Turkman.
Turkman.
Jersey. Kirk from Jersey.
Oh, Kirk from what?
T-U-R-K.
All right, my boss. What say you?
There, man. Zidane.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you do. Yes, man. I'm hearing you.
Big up yourself, Zidane, man.
Yeah, man. Big up.
But up for the remember, because sometimes now I'm interacting with the program in a while. So the first question, so the 5 minute rule no longer exists, right?
Yeah,
we try.
You can talk as long as you want.
No, man, it's there.
I mean, from listening, a guy talk for 15 minutes, and then you have music, then text, then another guy talk, then advertisement. So you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in a while. So I don't really want to know if it change or not, because it's going to really be for a while because I've been busy, you know?
Doesn't change. We try to maintain.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Big up for yourself, man. How you guys been?
Yeah, we're good, man.
All right, first, one started something never really caller, but more on it up the previous caller, the caller will proceed me with what has been happening to the station. But it's a bad thing, but it can be a good thing because I'm sure that the owner of your station is a business savvy guy, and he's thought about all those things. Obviously, the station is really overseas based or is locally based.
How do I answer that? The station is locally based.
Yeah, it's a
but
local.
but it's streamed internationally.
So the audience, the focus of the owner is on the diaspora.
Well, the sports part of it for sure. Our biggest audience in sports, in the sports part of it, certainly this program, is to a local audience. But we do have widespread international following as well.
Yeah, but they have commitments to their clients, right? They sign contracts.
What's the point you're trying to make? What's the point you're trying to make?
Why you cutting me off? You already finish, and then you will.
I'm not cutting you off. I'm trying to find out what's the issue directly.
If you will listen, if you will listen, I don't have an issue with the station or with. I'm just extending something first. What the caller said. I'm not calling about that. I'm calling about sports.
No. You were asking questions.
Yeah. Do you have a problem? If you have a problem with me asking questions, I can disconnect it when I talk about sports.
You can disconnect it if you like. But I'm saying usually when I
said discontinue.
Oh no! I don't want you to. I don't want to discontinue. Usually when callers are. I'm not cutting you off, sir.
Go ahead.
Usually when usually when callers call and ask questions, I usually ask, what's the central point you're making? Or going, or where are these questions going towards?
The main reason
that's what I'm asking.
I'm not affected. I'm not affected by this because I use a live stream because I live overseas, so I'm not affected.
Okay.
But I'm just worried about the clients who pay for advertising. You were approached because I worked in the business when I was in Jamaica.
Yes.
That was what I did. So if you commit to people and you say we have X amount of audiences and you're not delivering, that could be an issue.
Fear.
It's a problem with me saying that.
No.
it's not a problem.
No, I just wanted to know where exactly you were going.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
okay.
You have made a point, and we understand the point you make.
Okay. And I also have some other advice for you and Zidane.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that the current owners are moving in a current direction and you want to further their careers, you should look in at moving in that direction because you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have all these mediums that you can extend your program. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We understand what you're saying.
We can leave that.
Yes.
Okay, so we can leave that. Okay, so what sport? The last time we talked is the same average thing. I don't know if you remember when we talked and the point I made. Numbers might be different, but it's basically it's going to be the. I'm going to say something. Say 2 batsmen, 1 batsman makes 120 out and 60 out. What would be his average?
1 batsman make what?
120.
120 out and 60 out. I'm just listening, man.
No, then I'm listening, but we're not hearing you.
So that's 180 in total over the 2 innings.
Right. What would be his
and
average?
he's out twice.
Right.
120 and 60. That's 180 divided by 2. That's 90.
90. My average would be 90 over the 2 innings.
Okay. And 1 man makes 90 out and 5 left out. What will be his average?
95.
Beautiful. So the point is, we understand. You guys. You stick to this average thing, and but it is not a rule. It's your thing. I understand that, but we don't like it trying to force it on people. So because first of all, sports is really entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, I want to agree with you or not. What is entertainment? And the reason why people that we choose a Brian Lara over a Smith is because they've seen Brian done things that there's no other batsman in history have done.
I've seen Steve Smith. I've
Yeah.
seen Steve Smith doing
Jesus
things that
Christ.
no other batsman in history has done either.
In terms of average,
In terms of batsmanship,
what?
Steve Smith has done things that no other batsman in the world has done.
Average, what? Average, what?
Scoring 31 centuries after 100 tests. Averaging 60 after 100 tests.
How much does your favorite batsman play?
Don Bradman, 52.
52.
But
How
there
much
have
does
been,
Brian play?
there are 60 odd other batsmen who have played 100 tests,
The thing about,
including
the
Brian.
thing about, there is levels. Let me tell you something. There's degrees to this thing, what you use to bring into play. For example, Bradman play in the infancy of cricket.
Bradman played his first match 50 years after Test cricket was invented. No, my duty to give the fact. It's
It
the
don't
infancy.
matter what it don't matter. It don't matter.
The first World Cup was played in 19.
It's about four or five countries play Test cricket.
Oh,
You describe it as infancy.
At what stage of football did Pele came about? Was it its infancy as well?
Okay. My point is, the point I'm trying to make, which you're true, what I'm saying is, you say average, we say greatness. So the stuff that we should Brian now, the 500 not out, the 300 not out, the 277, that's what we take.
Yes, I mean, I can tell you some other things that I.
You can't say Steve said average. People what he said, juk, my father sleep.
Steve Smith.
Get entertained.
Does Blackwood make you fall asleep?
Mr. Brian,
No, I'm asking you, about, does Blackwood make you? Hold on, make we take your argument in one of Does Ramnaresh Sarwan make you drop asleep when you're watching bat? Huh?
Or Ramnaresh Sarwan probably stand up all. Me that's more than Ramnaresh Sarwan.
Well, Steve Smith scores faster than Sarwan.
More like Steve. Stand up all more. But Steve Smith don't have the shot selection with Sarwan. That's what I'm saying. We go to get entertained.
But
we don't go for watch man like juk.
And I'm telling you that he scores faster than Sarwan. And he scores faster than Marlon Samuel. So why would you be entertained? Why would you say he's joking? Do you think Sarwan jokes when he's at the crease?
What was Sarwan's opposition? Who was Sarwan's opposition?
No, do you think what?
Would you compare Sarwan's opposition to Steve Smith's opposition today?
No,
there are degrees to the thing.
I'm comparing about who joke and who not joke.
We don't do that. Don't come lecture to us about averages.
Then why are you lecturing to me? Then the lecture.
I'm not. I'm just trying. No. I'm just saying. You want to call out people because people don't agree with the average thing.
And you want to call me out because I'm not working with your thing.
I am not caught. Listen, I don't want you to work with it, my man.
The people who want me to agree with Lara are trying to shove Lara down my throat, sir. Why are you not to talk to them?
Listen to me. I will pay. I will walk miles.
All right, sir. So you'll walk miles to watch, bro.
Not even you can watch these because him average whatever.
All right, we leave it. We have to run.
Yeah,
man, we have to run. What was his name again? Desmond?
He's from New Jersey.
New Jersey. Kirk. Pick up yourself.
Turk. Yeah.
All right, we're coming back after.
Give a little something. US $1 JD 150 every time you receive a remittance from Lasco Money Transfer to sponsor a social project selected by the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. Say, I want to donate $1 to the cashier. Donations accepted at these locations: 38.5 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10, 15 Chandos Place, Poppin Square, Kingston 10, and Shop 203 Bayway Shopping Center, 3 St. James Street, Montego Bay.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport, protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute. It's sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, Edgechem, Any Bet, and Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill.
England spinner Sophie Eccleston's 3 wickets left the one-off test against Australia evenly poised after the first day at Trent Bridge. After winning the toss, Australia were in control at 226 for 3 before losing 3 wickets for 12 runs in the space of 24 balls, including all-rounder Elise Perry for 99, as England pulled it back on the opening day of the multi-format Women's Ashes Series. Eccleston took 2 wickets in 3 balls, bowling captain Alyssa Healy for a duck before debutant Lauren Filer dismissed Perry with a sharp delivery. That then, Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Dangerous Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-929-9146 and in Maypen. Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Any Bet, your best bet, reminds you to bet responsibly at Milestone Restaurant Bar and Grill. Celebrate good food, celebrate good vibes. You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back. Hello. Hello. Yes.
Ancient light of learning.
Oh, Wagwan, Sir Mali.
I'm here, man. Zidane, how you do?
Not bad, Mali.
Good. Listen, just want Desmond to have some hope, because we used to suffer the similar fate in Montego Bay regarding hearing the sports desk consistently, and that has for the most part been rectified. Mm-hmm. So I'm just being hopeful and hoping that it can be rectified in your area as well, Desmond. So I mean, I felt his pain, listening to him, because we were suffering the same fate. But it has been rectified for the most part.
Yes.
So I am hoping that it will be done on that side of the island as well. I'm calling gentlemen today because of a call I heard earlier from Shippingport, and Shippingport is Shippingport from Western Jamaica. I met him at the link up, but I don't recall if I'd asked him that, because I heard him speaking about football in the western side. It was a Shippingport, right?
Yeah, man. It was Shippingport.
Yeah, man. Shippingport. Yeah, man. And the names that he was calling out, Orville, I'm not even gonna say Zidane, because Zidane probably don't know 90% of those footballers.
Yeah, from that side of the country.
From that side of the country. But I believe that during that period, it was, and I might be biased because I am from Montego Bay. I'm in Montego Bay, and I'm from this side of the country. But I believe that was a golden generation period in Jamaican football history that we probably won't see again in our lifetime.
I agree.
Believe you me, it was. I mean, the footballers that were coming out of Western Jamaica at that time. I mean, I don't even have to go over the names, because he mentioned quite a bit of them. Of course, he didn't mention Andrew Federer Bailey, who actually played for Volvo, who was, I believe was the closest thing to Twinnibug Anglin as a midfielder that I've ever seen in Jamaica. I don't know if you remember Federer, Orville.
Yeah, man.
Remember Federer? Yeah, man.
I don't think I would have seen him a lot, but I'm aware of the name.
Yeah, man. Brilliant.
I'm aware of the name. Yeah.
Those who are hearing, hearing me, who know him will probably chime in at some point in time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just quickly, I don't stay too long, but I wanted to quickly touch on what Chippingford said about the football in this side of the country dying a slow death, and it is something that really hurts to see. A lot of socio-economic issues causing that as well, and we all know what dominates this side of the island now, and the young men are gravitating towards, and that has been one of the main factors as to why the football on this side of the island is dying a slow death. The youngsters are no longer interested in football like they used to because of other elements that are drawing them away from the game. And it is really, really sad to see. And it shows, I mean, if you look even in the DaCosta Cup and look at the winners of the DaCosta Cup over the past few years and where those schools are from, usually, central Jamaica. So it is really sad to see. I mean, private sector is not going to be investing in anything on this side of the island where football is concerned because of what's going on. There's just simple corner leagues that used to draw crowds of thousands in the communities in Western Jamaica. You don't get those things anymore because, just the fear of being out there in crowds and what's happening nowadays. So, it's really something that we really need to address. I don't know how, don't have the answers, but I know that these are some of the main reasons why the football in Western Jamaica is where it is, and it's really sad.
Yes.
And I'm just hoping that the authorities and private sector, whomever we can come together and start looking at some solutions, because as I said, the golden generation in football, and I mean, I can't speak of what I've not seen, but what I have seen since the mid-1980s, the golden generation of football was during that period that Shippingport mentioned. And any one of those players would walk into any Jamaica squad that we have right now with ease.
Yes, sir.
Ease. None of these players that we're talking about right now, I believe, could be compared to the.
But Sir Mali, when I hear Reno finishing ninth in a what you call it, that tier 2 competition in Jamaica, it's hard for deal with that.
Sad, Orville. Sad, and I was actually. I'm a man who went to Mannings, but I was actually a Wadada supporter, and I mean, Wadada now, it's embarrassing to think what's going on, and to see what's going on. So, I hope we can get it together at some point down here, though. But it's a long way back. It's a long road back, I should say.
All right, Sir Mali, I endorse those sentiments as a Westman, Mr.
Yeah, man, and Zidane, whenever we get to sit down and talk, I'll educate you on these football.
All right, indeed, no problem.
I believe you really missed out on something,
yes,
but
indeed.
It's no fault of yours.
All right, no fault of mine.
Him just bought the wrong part of Jamaica.
Yes. All right, man.
All right, Sir Mali, big up.
All right, who's there now? St. Jacob?
Yeah, man.
Yes, it is. Good day, gentlemen, and good day to the audience.
Yes.
Is that Sir Mali or Manning you said a while ago?
Mali.
His name is
big
Malcolm.
call.
Malcolm. So short.
Malcolm.
Yes.
Okay.
Short.
Yeah, nice call, man. Similar vein, I must commend Shippingport, and the goodly engineer. I think it's a PhD engineer who followed up on Shippingport's call about the football out west.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I remember one of my favorite Western player was Noah Sterling. I think he was a general midfielder.
Yes.
I think it's Alton.
Alton was his name.
Yes, man. And of course, Jim Dandy Graham was quite prolific. He was a marksman.
Yes.
And Andrews, yes, to Orville, was a great player.
Yeah, man.
And I think, again, we're working from memory, but I think he played both Headley Cup and the Costa Cup,
Oh, well, I don't know him as a baller. Who I know as a cricketer was Calvin Valentine.
I think Andrews was a medium pace bowler, man.
You're probably right, but
Yes,
I don't
man.
remember him from cricket.
Yeah. All right. Did CC, him talk about if a man make 50 in 15 innings, not out each time?
Mm-hmm.
His average would be the same as his aggregate, which would be 2,500.
Yes.
You know, if you make ducks in the 51st innings, it would still average 2.5.
Yes.
Which is 2.5 over 1. He would have to make a second ducks in his 52nd innings. Then you would divide 2.5 by 2 then times, you know.
Yes.
Well, by
2. 2 ducks is divided by 2.
He would have to make 2 ducks, right? So it's, you know, before you divide by 2. So then him average would go to 1,250.
Yeah.
So he have to make 2 ducks before him average start drop. The Brian Lara thing. Yes, Brian Lara, the batting around Lara wasn't all that poor, you know. Bowling was the main problem.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a little problem with the openers. Adrian Griffiths, for instance, was never settled. Darren Ganga did salt in that most of him had some innings overseas on some bad pitch. You know, matter of fact, a lot of Darren Ganga's earlier innings were on some terrible wickets. Waverline suffered from a lot of bad umpiring decisions. Stuart Williams was class, but him coming like Carl Hooper, him never kick off, you know. One of the greatest disappointments in West Indies cricket. Stuart Williams, him a good batsman, but him just not have the numbers to back it up. So yes, you can, you know, say yes. We never really had a steady opening thing, but the bowling we suffered. We never have a man to partner Merv Dillon throughout most of his career. Tino Best was fast, but you know, a little wayward sometimes. Darren Powell, similar to Tino Best. Jermaine Lawson was going well till them called him for throwing.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor was good enough, but you know, he was a little small bodied and thing. Bradshaw was gentle. You know, Ryan King, when them throw back the ball to Ryan King at the stump, for him go back to him mark, him keep dropping the ball. Him could even catch the ball for thing there.
You remember Michael Loden had made that statement against Ryan King? Can't bat, can't bowl, can't field.
And him couldn't catch the ball. When the wicketkeeper threw the ball, returned it to Ryan, him keep dropping the new balls. Well, Franklin Rose was good. But we know the problem. Well, I wouldn't say we know. But I think he had some disciplinary problems with his side. So we lose Franklin Rose there. So yes, we never really had nobody to partner Merv Dillon for most I'm career. Until Brian went on some Canal Bank and find Fidel Edwards. And even that wasn't prolonged, you know?
Yeah.
So
Fidel wasn't special as a bowler.
No,
he had special moments, but overall.
Exactly. So in general, the bowling never, you know, hold up.
Yeah.
And finally, in less than half a minute, to the texter, I would say I have always tried to guide Orville, to inform Orville, to enlighten Orville, even to amuse him, to entertain him. Certainly, I've never attacked Orville, but
there are some who would disagree with you. Sir.
But that's the thing with the texting doing, Orville.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this once upon a time. People must affix their name to text. They must be hiding
Fear.
behind.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes,
completely
man.
agree with you.
Yes, man, because I'd really love to know who to respond to.
I
So
agree
be
with you.
bold, be brave.
Agree with you, Senji.
And matter of fact, I'd prefer the person call and say that so that I can, you know.
Yeah.
I've dealt with Pioneer, I've dealt with Baggio, I've dealt with Mannings, man. So tell the man to put up his name.
Then Diego, it is well known that you are a little antsy when it comes to Orville. But
Yes, but not attacking. I'm anti because I find most of your thoughts, Orville, wayward.
You to find my thoughts.
Most of them wayward, yeah, man. But yeah, man, tell the text that to send that name, man.
No, that's a fair point.
Yes,
If somebody was saying the kind of thing about me, when say about you,
Yes,
I'd
man.
want to know who it is.
Good.
Yeah, fair
Cool,
point.
cool.
All right, we'll take our final break. We'll be back in just a while.
MacChem for all your power products, silicones, epoxies, protective beautifier, and coolant. Available at Parts or Lot and other leading automotive stores and hardware. Visit us at Palmer's Cross, Maypen, Clarendon. Telephone 876-563-6076 or 876-774-0492. WhatsApp 876-563-6076.
Everyone Everybody at the new job I call you Shane from accounts all week when your real name Sean from admin. But somebody just handed you delicious KFC hot wings that were dropped off for Shane from accounts. A wing is a win. Enjoy a KFC hot wings 5-piece combo or 25-piece party bucket today. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. And who's there? Bello?
Interesting. How are you, Bello?
I am all right, man. I'm all right.
Yes,
I will say to St. Jago that the brave may fall,
but never yield.
And also, I am not anti Orville, and neither Orville's anti. But the thing about it is that Orville sometimes is a little bit disingenuous because he insists that he cannot lose a point. And I think it annoys a number of us elite listeners and I think it more so annoys the elite callers. Because listen, sometimes, like yesterday, when Chateau bowled that 20 not out versus 75, or whatever number he used, Orville was decidedly quiet, very quiet, because he now understood what it means that averages are contrived, batting averages are contrived. It was contrived in a cricket sense.
So is runs per innings, by the way.
No. Runs per innings is the actual number of runs you made divided by the number of innings you played without any consideration for not out. Am I right or am I right?
It's not a real figure.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. If you count batting averages, which is a contrived cricket thing number, it is contrived because a number of batsmen, certainly I can look to Shanda Paul, who failed to play good cricket by protecting the tail end, and who went not out more often than good cricket should allow. I think Lara has about 6 not outs. But he was not playing cricket to be not out. You see, when you use batting averages, a man can raise his numbers by willfully and spitefully and decidedly not getting out, which could be attributed to Shanda Paul. You see, runs per innings is a real average. It is the number of times, the amount of runs you made divided by the number of innings.
It's not real.
Look here. A real average is this. Let me explain to you.
Neither batting average or runs per innings are real.
Listen. 60 plus 40 divided by 2 is 50.
Yes.
That's a real average of two games, 2 innings.
Average can't be real.
Listen, look here. Mathematically, averages can be real.
Not in a cricketing sense.
Batting averages in cricket is contrived.
I agree. And runs per innings.
Understand the difference?
Runs per innings is contrived as well.
Runs per innings is the number of runs made divided by the number of innings played. That is a real average, whether you were not out or not.
It's not real, Bello.
Listen. Let me tell you one thing with me and you. Yes. You see, proving things to people is not something I go around to do, because when I wrong, I wrong. But let me tell you this. Batting averages, cricket batting averages are contrived.
You said that 4 times.
No, but you agree with it. I want you to agree with it.
I'm saying so is runs per innings.
That any mathematical average where a total is divided by the number of instances
it's
is
real.
A real average.
All right, so my time now. My time.
No, man. Let me move on to it,
No, but you can't.
You can't answer afterwards. Let me tell you this. I'm going to
no.
with you today.
But I am. Why are you not allowing me to say the thing?
Because my thing don't have there's no answer you can come with.
But none of man you can't tell me that.
There is none.
Big man, then what are you going to join the long line that way allow me to say nothing?
You don't.
Then listen to the fool, listen to me.
Mathematically, you're an English teacher. Me teach maths. Mathematically,
you are wrong.
You can't be right.
But let me show you.
Real averages and contrived averages.
No average in cricket is a real number, my boss. The batsman who averages 50 per innings does not actually score 50 per innings.
Nothing to do with cricket.
Runs per innings don't have nothing to do with cricket?
Very little to do with cricket. It is a mathematical average.
Runs per innings have nothing to do with cricket?
Very little. Did you hear that part?
Runs per innings have everything to do with cricket, man.
Let me big up Shipping Port, because I tell you, Shipping Port.
I'm running from the argument.
I have to run from you.
But I run now.
Orville, you can use whatever thing.
No, man, you run.
You see discussions and arguments on the radio as a competition.
And you see it as well.
does not. San Diego will take you on tomorrow about this.
All right.
I don't see it as a competition. Let me say this.
All right, go on.
Shipping Port brought me down a road. And I tell you, you yourself never know most of the players he was talking about. You know Andre Andrews. And I will
you know him, I know most of the players.
You never. You said it. You want to check the tape?
I said I didn't know most.
There is nothing I miss. Once you are on here and I listen, I did not
know most of the players.
You didn't know most of the players.
I know Donald Hewitt.
You introduced
I know Capel
Andre
Donaldson.
But you knew that Andre Andrews was one of the hardest kickers of the football. And I tell you, I'm going to call and talk about Richard Austin, Danny Germs, and his sojourn into football, cricket, and table tennis, and that another time. Big up yourselves, man. Big up yourself. Number one talk show was Zidane. Big up yourself.
I don't want you to leave yet, though. Big up. He's gone. All right. There's a reason why Bella never wanted to stay on the phone. That's why Bella calls other programs. He won't call this. Because on this program, in talking to me, he'll be severely tested. Now, people, batting averages are contrived. They are not. It's not a real number. But so is runs per innings. The batsman whose runs per innings is 45 does not actually score 45 every time he bats. Actual means real. Average is a number between your highs and your lows. It's not a real number. But Bella knows this. And therefore he's going to run. And then he's going to say, win an argument. Bella, you know you can't compete. Nice try. All right.
Triple A
is, yes.
Triple A on it, Argentina, Arsenal.
Yeah, well, go on, Orville. Big up yourself, man. Big up Zidane.
What you say?
Yeah, man. Orville,
yes.
Our Premier League will just conclude.
Yes.
Not too long. You know, me have to burn some fire for my coach, Tigat, Because here what me know. The second leg of the semi-final, Arnett, Mount Pleasant. He would have seen what the number 9, Stuart, done in the first leg. The second leg, wishing he did have a couple of years now for assessing team and assess the Mount Pleasant players them. Now come the second leg now. You want to tell me, say, as a big coach like, well, I don't know if I'm really big skill. You want to tell me, say, Tigat never find a way to nullify Stuart so that...
No, Stuart never scored in the final, do you know?
Huh?
It's not Stuart scored in the final.
I thought the second leg of the semi-final. Remember, he scored one goal.
Oh, yeah, because Arnett didn't make the final. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Right. So, me I say, him could nullify, knowing, seeing what him doing at the first leg at the semi-final. And secondly, him setting players them, me hear my talk to one reporter. Same telling players them, say, go out there, enjoy themselves and have fun. No, a crucial game like that. Well, me don't know when tell the reporter for that him telling players. But I mean, you couldn't tell your players to go out, they go enjoy themselves and have fun. And them never do none. Because them never enjoy themselves, they never have fun.
Yes.
So, boy, me find that really weird. And me say, as a crucial game like that, man, I know you just sit back as a coach and, well, no, me disappointed. I will have 78, me a cheer for Arnett, you know.
Yes.
Yes, so me said, this season here, I remember my name, you know, Argentina, Arnett, Arsenal.
3 years, yes. Triple A.
So me disappointed in a Tigat. You understand what I say?
I hear
all
you.
right, Zidane. Yes, man. Give me your assessment of Arsenal now, because I know the time. Because my first, before you give me it, when we go down at Etihad go play, we did have to win that game there.
Not necessarily, no.
No, sir, I don't think so, because we could have still lose and still up further in the table. Because
But it's not as if that game we went there and we played open football and you can say, listen, we should have approached the game differently. We were just in a bad place at the time because we were on the back of some poor results. So the confidence was really low in the team at that point in time.
Exactly. And even remember going down on Newcastle, you know. We go down there, you know, and we beat them 2-0. Right? All right. The team they come Emirates. We give it 3-0. And then now Newcastle beat them. And then to add up all of those injuries now is like the 3 games that we draw. We think that's where the title. We lose the title. What do you think?
Yeah, man.
Right.
Especially West Ham and Southampton, my boss. You just can't be up 2-0 at home against West Ham and not win the game. And they are 3-1 at one point. At home against Southampton. Joe.
So, boy, may I tell you, it's weird. But finally, Zidane, I'm on this Man City supporters, them come down too hard for me. This little argument we did here one at a time there, where them say, because even the coach did say, boy, if it's true, him gone, because them did say, boy, he's like, they are going to either charge City or deduct some fine from them. Oh, I don't hear nothing more about that again. That they just gone on that table.
City confident that they did nothing wrong, man. They have them big liars, man.
Okay. And Arsenal never have any. Because when I tell me that here, them I say, boy, for them liars, I go take it up in about.
Arsenal liars.
Because City, you know, City have for them big liars.
So why would Arsenal liars be involved in that?
No, but if I'll just say City say they never do nothing that is wrong still. But
I don't know the period. I don't know the period of time when they were accused of wrongdoing. You know, so I don't know which season they would lose points for or how it would work.
Okay,
so I'm not sure. I know the season has ended, so I don't know how it would work. So
okay. And once it ended,
without anything will come of it. I doubt anything will come of it.
Okay. Well, and as a matter of fact, this season was the best season that we have to win the league, you know, because remember we have got Champion League, you know, and you know it have a more hectic power.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get in some pieces, and I think we will do well again next season.
Yes, I think so too. Because you know, me not stop cheer for them. Anyway, big up on yourself.
Big up, Triple A's.
All right.
That's all I like it, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That for the day.
All right. So big up to all the listeners, big up to all the callers, big up to us, the technical operator. Craig Manning was in the hot seat as well. Sean Grant, the producer, Orville and Zidane. And join us tomorrow. It's Friday. Same place, same time. We'll do this all over again. Until then, have yourselves a great evening.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m.
Health Alert is sponsored by the National Health Fund. NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Clean and disinfect surfaces frequently daily. This includes tables,